Hello, everyone.
Hello,
What's going
everybody.
on?
Welcome to
How's
another
everybody
fun.
doing?
Are you lagging again?
No,
Okay, Nick.
she's
When I
muted.
say when I get Nick, when I get to 2, I need you to immediately say 3. 1, 2.
3.
He's
lagging. Oh, that's
Oh,
messed up, Nick.
God damn it! No.
He's lagging. So, welcome to another edition of Supernatural Talk. Holy cow, we got all kinds of people in here already. Welcome. A lot of new
Yeah,
folks too.
Yeah.
yeah, indeed.
That's what's up. Kaz is in the house from Scotland. Eddie from Liverpool. That's what's up. Hello, guys. Hey, Paul. Hey, Sean.
Hey,
I love
everyone.
this. Yes. Loving it.
I don't know who this
Somebody
Facebook
muted.
user is.
Who is
Well,
Debbie?
Me. Give me 1 second. I'm going to step away for a second because my computer's going to turn off on you. And God forbid that just happened. They're like, girl, get off already. We just started. I got to go for a second. I'll be right back. You got to love it, right? You got to love it. God, 1 second. This is what happens when you clean. I'll be right back.
I do have to say this is one of the shows that I've been looking forward to because you are not only our unfortunate guest, but you are also one of the newest show hosts. Nick is definitely lagging.
Oh no!
Debbie here is also one of 3 new co-hosts on this network, on the Things Network, and we are very excited to have her here. And as you can tell, she has already disappeared on us.
Look, when it comes to Nick, he got to wait for count to 10 before he can say anything after we stop talking.
Yeah. So we're going to be having some fun tonight, folks.
Hey,
Oh, what did I
Jen.
get myself into?
Hey, Brad, you're supposed to be attacking Adrian.
Well,
Oh, we lost her. Oh, you lost.
Oh wait, no, she's back. She's back.
I can't believe that happened. OMG. This is live. This is what happens when you clean and you unplug your computer. My bad.
you probably didn't hear a single thing I said about you.
I didn't, Jeremy. I just heard that you were really looking forward to this, and that's all that matters. Because that's what I heard, and that makes me feel good.
Well,
now I'll be right back. Y'all keep talking. All right, girl.
What's up, Joe? Come on.
I was just explaining to them that not only are you our unfortunate guest,
yes,
but you are also one of 3 new co-hosts that we have for this network.
Yes, thank you, Jeremy, for inviting me and including me into your new home. It is an honor to be on Things Network, so I'm really excited and looking forward to it too. So stepping into it.
To have you here.
Yeah, thank you.
What you probably don't know is that you have 4 of the 5 network staff members interviewing you tonight.
Oh. Well, I'm so lucky. Let me get the fan so I can calm down. Let me calm down because all of a sudden you just made me nervous.
What's up, Nikki?
That's probably why they had the computer turned off.
Look what Brad just said.
After delivering Eileen tonight, you'll be regretting it, Debbie. God bless my spirit. I said my prayers before coming in.
Hopefully those will work. Let's see here. Facebook user, that is Tom and Nicholas.
Hey, Tom.
Oh, it's Tom. Okay. What's going on, Tom?
Hi, Mindy girl.
My stomach was growling. I had to go get me some fruit.
Brad is saying the prayers aren't going to save me. God help me.
Hi.
There you go, Tom. Click on that and tell StreamYard it's okay to display your name.
All right, we're going to get this out of the way right now. Brad?
So there you go, Brad. There you go, Brad. On that note.
Hey, Brad, come on down. I'll show you a little Southern hospitality.
You're damn straight.
Oh my God.
Hey, I
I'll
didn't
show
even
you how
see
we
them
bury
on.
our dead with their butts in the air.
Oh my gosh.
What's up, Jan? Jan's in the
Hello,
house.
Gene.
Hi guys.
Actually,
The
Brad
most
doesn't even
useful
deserve
figure
the
of
middle
all
one. He
time.
gets the small one.
Oh
That's
my
harder
God.
for me to do than the middle one. That's more effort.
As you can tell, Adrian's a son group.
What?
You're the sunflower of our group.
Oh, yeah, well, right now it's got thorns, Brad.
Oh my gosh.
It's not a supernatural talk unless we get a death threat from Adrian to Brad. That is
Listen.
one of our requirements every week.
That is funny.
Yeah.
How
It's
was
a
work
trademark.
today?
It's a trademark.
Oh,
Yeah.
I saw that in the last show. I saw that. You do you, girl. You gotta do what you gotta do.
But Brad is one of our very, very good friends. One of our most loyal watchers.
And he's
Do not fill his
and
head
he's also
anymore.
witness. He's also
No.
witness. He's also witness protection.
Oh, that's funny. Witness protection keeps their mouth shut and they lay low.
Oh my gosh.
No, baby, you're still showing up as Facebook user. Try going to the Things Network page,
Yeah,
and,
Tom.
it does better.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom.
Yeah.
Debbie, you should see the video of Adrian agreeing with me. Oh, my.
I heard this conversation that you had the other day. I heard about that.
There you go, Tom. Go there.
Brad,
I was there, Debbie. I was there.
one or two things is going to happen, dear. I'm going to tell you this right now. I've been working 12-hour days for the past, and for the foreseen future, I'm going to be doing this. So, Brad, one or two things going to happen. I'm either going to just give in and go, whatever, or I'm going to come find you. I will take that vacation.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, for those of y'all that don't know Debbie, which I don't know Debbie,
All right.
unless Jeremy has had something happen recently, she actually hit on something that only the other three people on this screen, and most
Here
people,
we go.
I mean, unless you're, I don't even think we're Facebook friends, would have known. And she hit on it immediately. She said, I sense sadness, like something about a death. And I put my baby, my baby ferret, well, my baby, he was 8 years old, but ferret to sleep. What was that, Tuesday?
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
As far as I know, you only mentioned that to us in our private chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hey, I gave her credit on that one, like within like 3 minutes of me being on.
So, Debbie, what is it you do?
So I do a lot of different things. I really just show up for spirit. So how I really love to be of service to spirit in any way that I'm needed. I love to do evidential mediumship demonstrations. I work out of lots of different places. I am a host of Transcend with Debbie on SPTV UK. So I have my own podcast. I also have my group. I love to do readings, hold space for spirit to bring in energy, healing, and just watch what happens. I teach. I have done some paranormal. I have been able to, go behind the scenes and work with some pretty amazing people. And so just everything that is mystery, right? That's mysterious of spirit. And so I just really love to anchor the energy in the way that it needs to be anchored. And so I definitely just show up, really, and just whatever happens, happens. And so that's what I love to do.
Yeah. So
How'd
you
you-
teach.
I do.
Where?
Online. So I teach online. So I actually have a course this Saturday from 9 to 11. I'm in California. And so I'm going to be teaching connecting to the higher self. I'm going to be teaching how to hold the link, to understand the grounding, clearing techniques. So I'm going to be going into all of that with my students this Saturday. So I'm also a Reiki Master Teacher, Munaki certified. So there are more to me behind the scenes, but I really don't like to use the labels. I really just want to just show up and just whatever comes through, comes through.
Let me know when you have a class that's, let's see how we put this. I do mediumship.
Yeah.
I need to hone it.
Okay, come on in Saturday, girl. We got you. I have an amazing soul that's jumping in from the UK. He's a spirit artist, amazing man, color healing, attunements. He's going to be teaching us how to do color readings with the colors. He's a spirit artist, so he draws, and so he's doing the mediumship with his drawing. Phenomenal stuff. So I had the honor to work with so many amazing, talented people that come in a way that they just blossom me and allow my wisdom to grow with theirs. And so it's just been a great journey. I'm just grateful to be on it.
Yeah, send me the link.
Definitely, girl. I got you.
Can I say I just love your voice?
You got it. So
Yeah. Thank you.
So you said you were on SB. So it's spiritual psychics, if I'm correct on that. You said SPTV.
Yeah. Yes, I'm on SPTV.
Okay, because
say it, Nick. Go ahead.
I was a guest on that. On one, I know I'm lagging. I know. I was actually a guest myself a few years back on that network, so I've often been wondering how that network's been done. So that's awesome.
Yeah, so I actually have my own show every Friday at 10 o'clock on SPTV every week, and I bring in guests and we talk about it, and we just straight up go into free readings, and we have an hour a day. So I'm really active and busy in the work, and so I just love it.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's doing good.
Jeez, Brad.
Don't let all these talk fool you, Debbie. It's all good. It's all good, Brad. We got to hold space with it. We're all authentic here, Brad.
That's just it. I have no filter whatsoever. I don't know how we haven't gotten shows banned. I really don't.
Oh my God, God help me. It's all good. But it's
Here's the
important.
thing, Adrian. You're honest. You don't go spreading shit.
Yeah.
No reason to. I'll say it right here. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. So Richard Settle is amazing. We do have another class where if you're into like crystals, the aura, the chakra, like all of that, there's a girl that's coming in and she's going to be teaching and doing some activations with that also.
I don't know if you can see it. Hold on. Let me see if I can get my camera up. Oh. You can't tell what's hanging from I got a chakra hanging from my heart.
Where in the
I thought we were
house
just
is
looking at a curtain.
Hold on. You can see it better when I do that. There we go.
Oh, how
Oh,
cute.
Oh, there we go.
Chocolate.
Yeah, that is so cool. Brad, you're too much, Brad.
I see a
So-
spider.
It's what I'm
there.
sending to you. It's my pet I'm sending to you probably.
So Debbie, how did you get started in everything? How did it all begin?
How did it all begin? You know,
Yeah.
really, to be very honest, it came down to self-care. You know, we really start to go into situations where we seek peace. I seeked prayer, meditation. I was going through some things in my 20s, and I just really needed to get a deeper understanding of what I was feeling into. And so the more I started to sit with self and I started to seek meditation, I developed a team. It's basically, you know, in our journey, we find ourselves going to different people, whether it's breathing journeys or whether it's shamanic drumming or circles. You're looking for that tribe to hold space and to hold support for you, right? And so for me, I was always this way at a very young age. So as time continued, I just opened up and blew up in my 20s. And in that time, it was just me trying to understand what I was receiving and how I was processing my information. So I would say due to life experiences, you know, life. When you go through life, you go within and life, you're healing. And the more you heal, spirit comes closer because I've welcome that. I love trance. I'm one to hold space for trance. I definitely go into that trance state. I do the trance work, and so that was where my deeper healing began, with hypnotherapy and trance.
That's good to hear that. I usually don't say much about what I do because I'm not out there with it. I'm not good enough for that. I'll get people message me, and I'll do my readings, but whatever. But most of what I hear is, well, I've done this since I was a baby. I've done this since I was a kid. I have not. This is not something that just, oh yeah, I've always had it. No, I haven't.
Yeah. I think we all have it, because it's just a matter of us recognizing when it happens, because it's all about vibration and frequency. When the music plays, our body's moving, our spirit is jamming to it. So just when Brad talks, that's an energy exchange. There's a frequency there. So we're in it. It's how we respond to it. And some of us sit here and we'll feel like we don't feel it, but we really do. We're in it. We're living it. We're breathing it. It's life. Your spirit. We're spirit, right? Yeah. So I feel it. Like, I love it.
Guys, I'll be
I
back.
love all of it. Okay. I love it all. I don't know if you could tell.
I'll be right back.
Oh, Nick's stripping. Do it.
I love it. Hi.
No, I am
Strip it,
not.
boy.
That's not
Strip it,
happening.
boy.
No,
Let's do it.
no. I got some dollars somewhere.
Nope. No way am I stripping. No way. I'll be right back.
Oh,
Oh.
God. And he's the one that's in Chicago, right?
Yes.
Yes, yes,
We
I
are
am.
so far away from, like, he's in Chicago, he's in Indiana. I keep saying what was it I kept calling it, Jeremy?
Mississippi.
What, Mississippi? I think it was New Orleans or something
Okay.
that I kept
I think
saying.
you kept saying I was in Louisiana.
Oh, okay. I love Louisiana. The food out there is so bomb. Stay away from those hurricanes. You think you're drinking punch? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's not good. Those things were good. So I love me some Louisiana.
I'm an agent in Colorado, so
Okay, right on. So thank you for asking, the questions. It helps to just let everyone know more or less, what I do and stuff. So it helps.
Yeah, I think a lot of people watch this after the fact as well. And I think I know a lot of our audience is going to be interested in the teachings and some of the workshops and seminars seminars. I act like I'm at work still. That.
look, I had close out today. Let's not talk about work.
Yeah.
But it is true. We all just need it. It's about community. It's about, you have your community here. You're working with everyone here. And it's just holding space and sharing the knowledge and the information. Each and one of you show up for your people. That's what we're doing. We're just honoring what flows. So it's important. So yeah, it's so cool. So yeah, thank you.
And it's nice to have somebody that just lets it happen like that, because I have went. I had a friend for a little bit teach me. She's amazing. I love her. And she got me started, to where I am now. But I went to one other time, and it just wasn't. It's well, she's amazing. She is. It just wasn't. I couldn't do it the way she did, and I couldn't learn the way she did. So you're more free with, okay, well, this is the way it's going, so let's take it.
Yeah, I think what's really important is that we all learn when we're in it. We're here just to give you hold space, let the energy and the frequency come in, and how you're receiving it, how you're processing it is exactly the way you're receiving the information, whether it's through colors, whether it's through vibrancy of the energy and the frequency. People just assume, boom, they're going to see the full-on person, and that's not the case with everyone. Some people just get pieces or parts of what comes forward. And so how we interpret that and how we work through that, everyone is very much in a different place in the journey. And that's why it's a journey within for thyself, back to thyself, right? Yeah.
You got a puppy?
I do, and the neighbor just popped in and just popped in. The podcast loves are giving you a what's up. He said, "What's up?"
When people pop in, they got to show their face. When people pop in, they got to show their face.
Here, come on. This happens usually. Come on.
I have a lab. I have a lab and I have a chihuahua. So my chihuahua takes off. The lab is chill. I block them so they don't come in because they'll go they'll go crazy, just like they want to come lick me or just come give love. So I try to be mindful of. But I love that you guys have your
One more. Come on, baby girl. You're
See,
such
they
a
said
fun-
because you came to her up, you have to say hello. Come on. Well, just hide it.
keep your.
He's coming up to say what's up. So you got Chicago, Indiana, Mississippi, and Colorado in the house. This is my neighbor Steve. We've been here for over. You've never remember I've been trying to go to Chicago. You guys won't let me go.
I gotta cover my company.
Okay, so this is Steve. Say what's up, Steve.
What's up, Steve?
Can you see? So that's what's up. Welcome back, friend.
Yeah.
He just came back from Texas, so.
Oh, nice and hot.
I know, bro. I know. He just came back. Excuse me, Idaho.
Oh, okay.
Idaho.
Much different than Texas. I mean,
Prayers. He's saying
He drove us around.
right on. So yeah, so
We'll
Jeremy,
be out of that heat.
yeah, he's grateful to be back. Well, we're by the ocean and the water and stuff, so it's a different type of weather that we're accustomed to where we are.
But with the weather, how are things over there on the coast right now for you?
It's hot. So within hot. And so I have my little fan, my little bougie fan here because I get hot, but I don't have AC, so I'm a big baby.
Ooh.
I'm a big baby. When our house here where we are, they're old school homes, they don't have the AC and stuff, but it's good. I'm grateful to be able to come outside, see the sun, put my feet in the sand and just chill. I know it's a lot of people cannot do that, so I'm very grateful for that. Definitely.
That's my grounding place.
Live in a house without AC.
Mine too. Yeah, but see, we don't hit the hundreds all the time. So for us, we don't really get that type of heat. But lately, it's been kind of hot, so it's not cool. But it is. I gotta honor it.
We were roughly averaging about 114 heat index since June 25th up until Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So we went almost straight with, I think one day, we got in the 95, 96 heat index since June 25th.
Wow.
But
So
thankfully, it's better.
Wow. I know when we went to Louisiana, the humidity just going in, out from the airport into the cars, like everything is cabs. And I remember going with a group of friends and I was the girl and they always threw me in the back of the trunk because I'm so short. So like everybody had their little spots and I'm like way in the back, like, where are we going now? So the heat, feeling it coming in and out, like, no, like I couldn't do it. It's a lot. Yeah. So Nick, you said you were on SPTV. What were you doing? What did you do when you were a guest?
It was I don't know if you ever knew, because I don't think they run the show anymore. Because again, like I said, it was 3 years ago. It was a show that was called Keep It Real and Spiritual Paranormal, I believe. That was it was ran by a couple by the name of Bob and Sally Ann Hunt. I think Bob still does something like every once in a while, but I haven't really heard from him. But it was just a simple it was really just a simple show, very much like this. But I think Bob took a liking to me, so he actually got me involved in at least two other shows, which sadly those were, and at that time it was rare to have like an American guest on because mostly everybody they had was just usually from the UK. So at that time I was like one of the few American guests to be on their show, which for me at that time was awesome. So because it really was one of those kind of networks that back then it was like there was you couldn't predict if you were ever going to be a guest on not just that show but any of the shows because they were very selective on who they chose. So
and
I felt I'm very lucky, and even more amazingly, and fortunately, I was able to make a full copy of it. So I got to kind of keep it as a memento, or a souvenir. So I still have that episode appearance.
Congratulations. There is a high prestige when you're working with someone and they come into the show that you do want to look at, the professionalism, the who they are, what their expertise is and their training. There's a lot that goes into, for me, I get to pick my guests and stuff. So I really just let spirit lead me onto who I bring in. So I just kind of listen and just say, what does the community need? And I just kind of let spirit guide me. So I love that you got to be on there. I love that I get to be here and and learn from you guys because I'm sure you all have your your secrets behind your belt. Like, okay, tell me what you do, Eileen. Tell me what you do. Tell me what you do, girls.
Well, I could start off with
I'm
something for Eileen. Actually, is that she's 24.
Oh my God.
No, I was fixed to argue with Brad because there is a difference between humid heat and dry heat. Very big difference. One you can breathe in, one you cannot. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah.
But see, I'm sorry, I was trying to argue with Brad.
Wow.
I see that.
Wow,
Brad
12
shows
degrees.
up. Yeah, they're in the Liverpool. So like Kaza and Eddie are in Scotland. So they're one of good friends of mine and students, and they're in Scotland. And so they unfortunately get the rain. They don't get very much hot heat there. Trudy girls, I forget, Trudy gets snow too. I'm so glad you found me, Trudy girl. That's what's up. And I saw Iris in here. She's near me. So she's got the heat here. So I kind of work with a lot of people that come from everywhere. So when I throw them the sun, I feel bad because they only get, it's always raining over there.
You're pretty popular. We got viewers on almost all platforms.
That's what's up. What's up, y'all?
Oh, it's amazing.
I was sharing
That's
it
great.
wherever I could. So God help us.
She's so energetic. I imagine no one can be like just around you. You are so energetic.
Trust
We
me.
even have one viewer on TikTok. So
Oh, you're on TikTok too? What is
Really?
up with that? I had no idea
Every-
that you're
viewers on TikTok. Yeah, I'm trying to stay live on TikTok. Just that lately, every time I go live on TikTok, after about a half hour, my phone starts heating up, and then it cuts the connection. And
I was doing free readings
Yeah, just out
yesterday,
of curiosity.
and I was in it. Yeah.
That is Sharika
No, go ahead.
Holmes.
Go.
You
Oh,
want me to
okay.
finish?
All right.
We have a couple
Yeah, go ahead. I was
people who are Facebook users: Sharika Holmes and Jill Van Merle. I'm not sure how to pronounce your last name, but Jill Van something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yesterday
Wait,
I was.
Oh wait,
She
here she.
is.
Oh wait. Yep, I know. You know what?
Holland.
I know who she is because I think she just recently friended me.
Oh, she's from Holland. Okay.
Holland's in the house.
Holland,
That's
wow.
Up. See, you guys are internationally known, but you didn't even know. Let's go.
Well, actually, Robert White, who's watching, he's from Australia watching.
Oh,
I
nice.
gotta
Hey,
look that
Robert.
up.
I love
And
this.
Jill, she's from the
Netherlands
Netherlands.
in the house. Woo! I love
Yes.
it.
See, we actually have chapters
Damn
of James.
Damn
Oh,
it,
let's not-
Chad.
No, we actually have
Yeah.
chapters of James in different, not only in different parts of the country, but also in two countries in Europe.
I heard. Congratulations.
And Jill, I did not realize this until just now, but she is with Mary Williamson with Things of Netherlands. And then we also have Things of the United Kingdom.
Right on. That's a lot of what the areas that I work. I work out of a lot of the churches, and I
Oh,
hold space,
no.
and I do a lot of platform readings. So I am that girl. I'm in there doing the readings and holding space. So I'm all over wherever they let me come in. They
So-
say you can come in. I'm like, come on, girl, let's go.
Listen, so all of us are paranormal investigators. Do
Okay,
you do investigations too, or is it just like
Yeah,
I do it enough at home?
girl. I actually got to work behind the scenes on Ghost Adventures, and so I got to do some back. Like they come in, you do the first little what's up investigation, you go in through your things. And so I've worked with two great people that we go in. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Glen Tavern. in Santa Paula. So that's going to be on Jack Osborne's show. And I got to work there. I got to do some other things that were private. And so I've been a little bit here and there, but when you're in Reiki and you're doing energy clearing, it's all paranormal, right? Everything is paranormal. So it depends on how deep you go and how much history you're trying to pull up and what you're trying to get on the property. So for me, I do everything that comes through. Yeah.
That's good.
So it's been fun. Yeah, but I go into trance. So when I'm in there and I'm doing the investigation part, I'll go into a trance and I'll channel the soul, the spirit that comes in. So that's what I love to do, is that close, nice blend to bring in that energy forward for spirit.
Is that when you're on location, or do you also do this remotely?
Both. Yeah.
I think
Has that ever got?
remotely.
Oh, sorry, Ellie.
Go ahead, Adrian.
Has that ever backfired on you? Like something bad happened, or something bad came in?
My students are so cute. They're like, Debbie, you said this orb went into you, girl, but you never said the orb left you. No, but it's just an impression, right? So when you're getting such when you're getting such a close blend with spirit, it's an overshadowing of the impression. They're really not in you, but it can give you the impression and the feeling that they are so close that you can feel every sensation that they've experienced, whether there's an ache or a pain or the voice that starts to speak, you can feel in that close blend that comes in. But what was really cool is that if you're on camera and they have the lighting, they can get the imagery of the person. So that's what's super cool. And then when you're in the story and you're unfolding it with the evidence and the machines and all the things that come forward, that is where the miracle, it just makes me like, yeah, I remember going to an investigation and the guy was like, go into the attic. I'm like, no, bro, there's cats in there. I'm allergic to cats. I'm like, no, there's cats. But the owner had so many cats. And I'm like, I'm not going in there. And she's like, just go in the attic. I'm like, what's up? Why do they always try to put you in these small spaces? Like, why do they always try to throw you into something so little? And I'm like, having a hissy fit. I said, give me the gun. Let me see what's in there. And all you see the cats fighting. I told you there was cats in there. I came home all allergied out, and I said, I told you. So yeah, it's really cool. And then if there's a team, right? So you're going in and you're listening, and there's a team, and they're doing their thing. And so when I'm getting the information in the EVP, the voice box, and everyone's starts going, I'm like, yeah, that's what I got. Yeah, that's what I got. All right. So then you get fired up because it's all starting to match and stuff. So I just have a good time with it. I know my vibe is too like, woo, instead of like, oh my God, I'm scared. But I try to be mindful and respectful.
See, now, it's one thing, of course, I have tons of friends who do remote viewing for me and all. I say tons, a couple. But it's more amazing to me, people that can do remote viewing. It's still amazing to do the viewing, to be there and seeing things.
Right.
But it's that extra level when you can do it remotely. That's very intriguing.
I had a friend who was talking to me to go to Vulture City. Do you guys ever go to Vulture City? Do you ever go out that? So they're like, okay, so Deb, what do you get? And I'm just like, oh, wow. And so I was seeing all these different things. And they're like, come on, let's go. And, it's in the middle of nothing. I'm like, oh, I'm good. Peace out. I can see right here what's all there. I don't need to go. I'm like, I can see this big old thing. I don't know what you call it, but you want to put me next to that? Like, I'm good. Like, no. So, like,
I'll stay right here.
I promise. I'll be good. But I do the same thing. It's an amazing thing to be able to do. Right, Jan? That's what's up. Yes. It's a blessing.
It is.
To be able to watch what happens and to be able to let them come so close. It's even more an honor because they're allowing you're giving that permission, that connection, the trust to get that closeness.
Jan is my partner when we go investigate. She's my best friend. She's my sister. And lives states away now. Thank you, bitch.
I love that.
When we go investigate, she sees, and she's a lot more in tune. And somehow when we're doing it together, she can see, and I just know what to do to be able to enhance it and help her if she's trying to, clear the space or trying to communicate with something. And I've never been taught. It's not like she's ever taught me how to help her, but somehow it works.
Right. But this is the thing. A lot of times people just assume that we need to be taught certain things. Spirit is your teacher. It's you and spirit, and how they come to you and how you open, you're going to let yourself be connected. It's you're the student with spirit, and you're making that friendship, that connection. And who are you connecting to and why? It's always that blend that you're going in with an intent to just connect and to make that connection in a beautiful way. So your spirit is your teacher.
I've seen where you're doing shows several times a week, doing readings and all of this. You ever get to the point where you need to just shut yourself off and away from it for a week, 2 weeks?
No. I love it. I got one
How about
foot in, one foot out.
I can tell that her vibe, her thoughts behind it is, I was giving it this strong for a reason. I'm not giving it up for even a moment because I might miss something.
I love it. To be honest, I just allow whatever comes in. I really don't shut down. I try to stay as grounded as possible. I believe that staying into that earth frequency, keeping my energy in, and just working with whatever comes through. We all have senses, right? We all see, we all hear, we all feel, we all know. And so, like, what if you're at the market and you need to be like, well, what's up? I can't be going to my car that way right now. There's a funky feeling that's out there. So we can tone it down, but I'm so accustomed to being open in that way that I'm not bothered by it anymore. There was a part during our awakening and stage, it can be annoying, or like, oh my God, what is this? Or what is, but there's different levels of awakenings. And so for me, thank you, God, that I'm in a place where I can flow with what comes through. Sometimes it's overwhelming when it's something that you feel into that maybe you're not comfortable with, that maybe there's some sadness or some grief or something that you're working through for somebody, because we're processing the energy for or holding space for someone who's hurting. And that's also letting the energy flow in the way that it needs to. So it's just respecting the energy, respecting what comes in, and giving it grace and gratitude for whatever needs to pass.
I got an off-subject question.
Go ahead, girl.
Subject, but weird question. There we go. So, with as vocal as you are about your abilities and everything you can do, I don't know your home life, but your significant others.
Nah.
At the beginning, was that bothersome or anything?
It still bothers them. I'm like, bro, you don't like it? You can go. No, I'm just kidding. Did I say that out loud? No, I'm just kidding.
I see Todd's in the house. I was actually just gonna bring up something, and I was gonna give Todd.
Oh, the Todd. It's the Todd.
No, it is not the Todd.
Oh,
Better watch out, Todd.
So you were talking about talking to spirits and all. You were talking about talking to spirits and all that. And the thing is, we always think that, okay, maybe they just don't want to talk to me. This particular one doesn't want to talk to me. Well, Todd and Leanne had introduced me to the 360 method, where each person in the room says the same question and see who gets the response to see who the spirit wants to talk to.
So you're practicing. Okay.
Yeah. So I was actually, before he even came on, was going to give him kudos, but
Kudos.
I didn't want him to know I was going to give him kudos.
To go back to your question,
well, he read your
on
mind.
a very serious note. On a serious note, like, we go into this in a professional way. You're putting yourself out there. We're here. We're public. We're in public, right? So you can see my work. It's very, very, very vocal, as you say. I had a meeting. I'm a mother of 2 boys. I'm a grandmother of twins, and I'm also married. So I do have a family, and out of respect to my immediate family, I asked, how do you feel about me opening up and doing this so I can do my part for the family, to help out and be a service, to do what I can to help, right? And so we had a family meeting and we kind of came together and they're like, Mom, it's okay. It's indifferent. I'm fine with it. Because I had to tell them there's a fine line. People can tell you, oh, your mom is crazy. Or there's some things like, what is she doing? So there can be some outlash that can come to the kids and they'll have to work through that. And there's a deeper understanding. So you really are putting yourself in a position where it can be very vulnerable. But I'm in a place in my journey where I just step into it and I own it. And I'm grateful for where I'm at. And I'm grateful for being able to step into the power of understanding my role as being a service to spirit. So to go to your question, it can affect the family. It does. It can be a lot depending if you don't have the boundaries and you don't set your time, but they're used to it. I've been like this my whole life. So they know that Debbie's sensitive. Oh, Mama Debbie, what you got? I'm around a bunch of kids. Mama Debbie, I know you be feeling something. I'm like, bro, I ain't even looking at you. So a lot of times, we ain't even open like that, like they think.
You look like me in you're 24. How do you have twin grandbabies?
Yeah, that's what I was like. What do you mean grandkids?
Hey, Grandma status up in here.
No way in hell.
Adrian, out of everything she said, we caught Grandma. We're like,
Yeah,
So, yeah, girl.
Really quick. Sean, I like your first comment better. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I like your first comment better.
How do you
What,
shit
this
it
one?
down to take a break from it?
Yeah, then he
Yeah.
corrected me.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
shut down.
I have to
Shut
say,
it down. That's good.
But
John,
this
how do you
is
take
a
a
really
break?
great question. This is a great question because there are people who do not want to receive the information. So, however you handle it, bro, that's on you. But let's really keep it real. If our aura is out, we're touching everything. So the spirit connects through our auric, our electromagnetic field, which is through the electromagnetic field, let me correct it, which within the earth, right? Grounding the energy, bringing the energy in so that our aura is not out, bring it in, and it brings it into a nice position where you can kind of just make the intent to close down. I always tell my students, imagine your angel wings, like you're just like this bomb person and you're just helping everybody. And it's just like, you're touching everything that your angel wings are around. So what happens, you're getting the DNA, you're getting the data. Everything is information. And so it's not harmful. It's just information. It's just, okay, you got that info. Good for you. You're psychic. Right on, right? So then let's bring in the angel wings. Let's dust them off and bring in that energy into the earth. Close that aura up and bring it nice and tight with the intent to either have a light switch to stay turned off or just have like a downtime or tell spirit I'm only working from 8 to 5 or only come to me Monday through Friday from 8 o'clock when I'm going to start my day. Start a routine just like work. So this is something that people go through quite a bit and they get too much information and it makes them nervous because they feel like they're getting hit with so much energy. One, we always work to open up. But if your goal is to not hear and just say, I'm tired, please spirit, just leave me alone, let me do my thing. And that's it. It's a mutual respect, it's an intent. It's just talking from thought to thought from that soul to you. That's it. Make a gentle intent.
Jeremy, is she from Georgia? The one with the fan. I like her fan.
You like my fan? I'm hot. I don't have AC. I'm in California.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
How do you
Cali.
sleep, Tom?
How do you sleep?
Tom says, how do you sleep?
Speaking of which, Nick, what I was saying on Fear Fans the other night is Cali speak. Okay?
Yeah. That's what I was trying to figure out, damn it.
Yeah, it's Cali speak.
Yeah, I get it now. Cali speak.
Because of how Joe was speaking, I said, okay, I need to brush up on my Cali speak. So I thought you would get that.
Guys, I missed way
I
too
got
much.
it.
That makes so much total sense.
Debbie,
Yes.
are there other members of your family that have gifts?
Yes. So my mom was very sensitive. Family's very sensitive. I feel that all of us are open, right? Without going into great depth of what they can feel. I find and this is what I've learned. If you're around me and we're all vibing at the high frequency vibration, you're gonna get it. You're gonna open up because you're around the energy. And so I love it when like someone will say, "Did you smell that?" And like they'll smell a cigarette or cookies baking, and I'm like, I just laugh because there ain't nothing cooking and there ain't nothing smoking, but they're picking it up. So it's quietly on my own, right? I'm just like, yeah, you got spirit, but I don't be telling them. I keep it to myself. So, oh my gosh, So yeah, they awaken. My family's they're very sensitive souls, and so I just honor where I'm at and where they are.
Yeah, I was adopted at birth and then adopted again 8 years later. But anyway, I found my real parents when I was like 21, 22. And I stay connected with my aunts and all of that. And I finally asked my aunt one day, I said, did anybody in our family do this? She said, well, of course, back then it was, you didn't speak about it if you did.
Right.
And she said, well, Grandma used to talk about things.
Right.
Well, she said, yeah, but it was just like in passing. And later when we grew up, we were like, oh, wait, she was seeing things that we didn't see.
Yes.
That's okay. Well, I'm glad to know somebody else did. That's great. That's all I wanted to know.
Yeah. And it's nice to have that though, right? It's nice to have that. Someone to say, yeah, I see what you see.
The ancestral connection of, yeah, this can be done.
Right.
See, I've often wondered if the women in my family have more abilities than anybody thinks. But again, it was something you just didn't talk about. My mom especially would not have ever thought about talking about it. But everybody suffered from severe anxiety and panic attacks, but more so panic attacks. So it does make me think about, were they extremely empathic and they were getting feelings? Because it was most of the time, it was like when they weren't at home. And so it always made me wonder that, because, and I know that there is a neurological disorder and all that, but it was weird when they would happen. And so it always, looking back now, I've always wondered, because they would not have, especially my grandmother on my mom's side, would have never mentioned it. But it was obviously only the women. I mean,
I'm glad we're in this generation.
Yeah. I think too, it's also just, if we go back and we're looking at that and that connection, it's obviously your DNA, your blood, where you come from, right? And it's embodying it and recalling. We all have it's a birthright. And when you speak of, anxiety, and you speak of that sensitivity, there's an overshadowing feeling when spirit comes so close, our heart can race. There is that overshadowing connection where we can feel into the energy. It doesn't take away if you need a professional doctor or take away from a therapist, because you always want to go to, is it physical first? You always want to acknowledge that and make sure that it's something that is, if it's not something that you're missing in the physical, it needs, if that's the case, then you take it to the next step, right? And so a lot of times you will find mediums have history of trauma. A lot of times you'll find that we've experienced, you'll find a lot of us have gone into deeper healing for self. And I'm one of those mediums. One, yes, I'm born this way. Yes, I was always sensitive, but I'm also one that has many layers of stories that I had to work through to allow me to be who I am. You say the lessons that we experience allows us to hold space in an empathic way to do the work that we do for so many.
See, what got me to thinking about it, about my family, wondering if it was more than that, is I was the only crazy one that did this, that dealt with spirits, all that. Well, all of a sudden, about a couple of years ago, my younger sister, she started opening up to me about things happening in her home. In fact, Todd and Leanne were at her home, and some things were happening there. But she started, opening up more to me. Well, then one of my cousins on my mom's side kind of opened up to me a little bit. So it was like, the more it got acceptable in society, the more people were opening up to me, because I was the only one they knew that was involved in involved in the environment.
Yeah. And you think about it, it's just like going to the gym. If you're going to work out, you're going to need to get some bomb muscles, right? Well, your muscles, because you want to go into that paranormal, what is it? And your spirit is searching to that connection and that energy and the frequency. We grow. Our energy grows and it develops and it gets stronger and stronger. So people coming to you and working with you, and it just enhances and it just allows you to be part of that beautiful connection. So that's awesome.
Who asked that question a minute ago?
Right up here.
Casa had a question.
Yeah, it was Casa.
That
Yep.
one.
Here it is.
From place to place. So the way I look at this one, right? I don't know if it's asking me or do you guys want to answer?
No, she's asking you.
She's asking me. Okay, because I don't want to take over and be like, oh, well,
No. That's what you're here for.
Okay, so the way I look at it, right? You're the medium. So what happens? The spirits can connect to you. So no matter where you are, you're going to be able to get a connection. So for me, spirit is always going to be around if you truly believe that we are one and there's the oneness of spirit world and our world, right? If we're all walking together in that space, spirit will always be with you. Now, if you're concerned of it being like bothered by a spirit, that's a different question. So because she's saying evil spirit. Okay, so an evil spirit, when you speak of evil, for me, my perception is very different when someone says evil. There's a personality that comes with the person. If they were not if they were battling something that was difficult, there's energy that comes with that. There's a different frequency that comes with that. And so there's no difference whether they're evil, in my opinion, from what I learned to just kind of separate from. It's just, you're just getting the data. The person had a hard life. They were not a great person. The person was not cool, or they experienced some things that weren't great. And that's the feeling of the not low vibration, but that is the frequency that you're feeling into. That can be scary because it's not what you're accustomed to, right? So like, if you're especially going to go into a place where people have done some really horrific events, like in a lot of paranormal, you're going into a mental hospital, you're going into places that are, where people are ill, or there's somebody that battles different things, or jails, of course you're going to get the energy that is going to be scary, that's going to be uncomfortable, right? So it's not so much evil, it's more what did they experience in life.
An asshole in life can be an asshole in death.
Right, girl, that's the personality. Someone said to me in spirit, well, if you didn't like them in life, you didn't gonna like them then.
No, I do give people credit, because maybe they were an asshole in life, and once they passed over, they said, ooh, I didn't, I was kind of a jerk. And maybe they soften up, or people who were really nice in life go, you know what, I got screwed over, I'm going to be a jerk now.
Right. I think also too, it's our perception. And I feel like when spirit comes close to me, it's always out of like, I'm sorry. When you're dealing with heavier situations, it's out of like, I'm so sorry. And someone's may not be ready for it. I'm sorry. And the energy does still come in. So it's out of love. It's out of that feeling of heartache. Thank you, Kaza Girl, for the question.
It does seem like
Pickle Tom's in the house.
Hey, Pickle Tom. What up?
It does seem like when somebody passes, I don't know about anybody who was, murderer or whatever they were, but I know the only one I'm aware of is my ex-husband, that he came through, and it wasn't to me, it was to my friend. And he was like, I'm sorry. We had a very good coexisting relationship raising our child 3 states apart. Right. We were fine that way. Give him a hug. Here's the kid. See you in the summer. But, he did come, and that was the one thing he said is, I'm sorry. And like, that doesn't sound like him.
Yeah.
But he did have a lot to say that for. So.
Right. And isn't that interesting when you just said it right there? That doesn't sound like him. Mm-hmm. Because that is where they're coming from, that root, that higher soul, that higher self is, I'm sorry, right? Mm-hmm. There's love there. There's empathy there. And unfortunately, when they're not in that space, they're not able to express that. And so there sometimes can be like, what do you mean? That wasn't his personality. Or what do you mean? That doesn't make any sense to me. And for me, when spirit comes in, yeah, we can feel into the personality. Like, oh man, this guy is like a little flirt. Like I can see that he would have been a ladies' man and be like winking at. That's just the personality. But there is true heart that comes in, and there is that true emotion of like, I see you.
And that was my first experience with that. And I was like, okay. I didn't doubt her that she said
Right.
that or that he said that to her. I was like, okay,
Right.
it's fine. It's over. There's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, it's tough to get. I had a passing just recently, a couple months ago, and you really do start to pause to see who's going to come in and give you a reading. You really do see, and I sat there for a second, and I was like, would I want a reading from her? Would I want a reading from him? Because there's that energy of how the message is going to be delivered, and there's that empathy. You want the empathy. It's a sacred message that's coming forward. You're really unfolding something that's so personal, and so it can go into in such a way that our soul is needing that healing. Like, thank you, I needed that. Thank you, I needed to hear that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you do really start to want to wonder, like, who are you going to let in your space to come to you in that way, to hold you through your healing journey of grief. It's not easy.
Etiquette is something
Yeah.
that's learned. It's not there. It's learned.
Yeah, and not only that, like evidence. You want the evidence. You want to feel into it. You want to be able to say, yes, that is my husband. Yes, that's my mom. Or yes, that's my daughter or my son. You want to feel into it so the presence is felt for that sitter. Without a doubt, that message resonates with me.
Who is this person,
The goat.
Jeremy?
That's the goat.
The
What,
goat.
That's the
is he
goat.
same one that asked where the other ladies are from?
Yeah,
that's him.
he was asking that earlier. That
No,
was,
you know where we're from, dude. You know
You
where
should
I'm
know
from.
where they're from.
Yeah,
You're on here every week, Jeff.
We watch it all the time. We bring it up. We watch it numerous times. I mean, so we. Oh no. So if my personality follows us on the other side. No, Tom, you're going to still be
it will.
broadcasting. This is Tom's world on your YouTube. Yeah, you would still
I know
be
that's
broadcasting.
right.
This is Tom's world. Which, I mean, yeah,
Good night,
Debbie, if you didn't
Jill.
know, Tom Nally's got a YouTube channel. He always wants
Right on.
everyone to subscribe. It's youtube.com/this is Tom's world, no apostrophe.
Put it in the comments, Tom. Put it in the comments so we can
So
see it.
what we're all
There
going
you
to do
go.
when we
Oh, Jill, my
Night,
goodness.
Jill.
Thank you for staying up.
Good night,
Wow.
Jill. Right on,
Good
baby
night.
girl. Good night, love.
So I know whenever
Take care,
me
Jill.
and Brad and Tom pass away, we're all gonna dump buckets of roaches on top of Nick.
Oh, nice. That's so
Uh,
wrong.
I will make sure. I will make sure that I'm gone too before that happens. At the very
2
least,
a.m.
I wouldn't be.
Oh,
I would not be on this
wow,
earth.
honey.
See, Eileen, if
This
you
is
guys
Tom's
did
heaven.
about 5 seconds.
Do what, Jeremy?
What's
I was
that?
going to say, if you guys did that to Nick, he'd be joining you in about 5 seconds because he's
But
going to hard as hell.
I would. Here we go. Here's the link right here.
There you
See,
go.
no apostrophe. No, Eileen. No. I forgot you still had that background. I didn't even think you had it anymore.
Eileen,
Oh my God.
Eileen, I hope you dream of them tonight.
Baby, you forget. I've got lizards. They don't bother me. I had to raise them to feed my lizards.
Yes, but that's in a container. Those are
And
everywhere.
I'm in the South. We get them. They fly around here.
Yeah, those are field roaches. Yeah, they do.
Our tree
Aw.
ones fly.
Oh,
Here's
God.
the thing: after all of
God.
us, after humans are long gone, cockroaches are still going to be around.
Nice.
They will.
What are you going to do?
You know what,
I'd send a
Robert? I'd
random
rather
kangaroo.
take a kangaroo than. Yeah,
You know what?
I'd rather
I
take
would
a random
that
kangaroo than cockroaches. Yeah,
I love
see?
animals. I don't care what they are.
Yeah. I'm not down for cockroaches. Like, my gosh. Yeah. It
Yeah,
reminds
good
me-
thing I got someone on the side now.
But she loves all animals, so we can't, we gotta support her. support her love.
I do. I love animals. Some of them outside, not inside ever.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
But
Yeah,
I'll leave them to their space and they can
Right.
do their thing.
Exactly. So
I think
those
the goat asked. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
they asked a question. Do you find it hard to connect with people who you were as close in life? No. Actually, I'll give you a story. My mother had
yeah.
passed about, what are we in? August. So 8 months now. And so when she passed, I can feel her presence with me so strongly. And I'll never forget going into the car and I could just feel her jawline close to me in the car. And I could feel into her presence being so next to me. So I'm very grateful to be able to have such a close blend and support from those that I love, and when I do see them, it's a treat. It's like a blessing. And if I get it in a dream or if I feel into the presence of it when they do come, I'm just in awe every time it happens. So no, I don't find it difficult, but I definitely respect it.
That
Yeah.
question came from Sharika.
Thank you, Sharika, for
Oh,
asking.
Sharika, I'm sorry.
Ah,
A goat had been commenting, so I thought maybe it was him.
Cockroaches really animals.
Nope. He was able to sneak right in
Nope.
there.
So I have a meditation
It's,
that is on my podcast, which is
Versus Rick
Transcend with
Roth's.
Debbie. And the Transcend with Debbie it's called Let's Connect to Spirit. And so I do a guided meditation to allow Spirit to take you into that place and just allow Spirit to come closer. A great meditation, if you need a guided one, I have one on my podcast, which is on Spotify or Amazon. Or you can just start to make an intent to see how they're connecting to you, whether it's sometimes we always think we're going to see them, but it's also a memory of what you feel or what you smell. So you got to look at for the subtle ways that they're connecting to you, whether this is numbers or I feel like with you your heart races. I feel with you you're someone who's very sensitive. I feel that your taste buds, look at your taste buds and how they're the saliva, because if a person had trouble swallowing, their saliva will start to your saliva will go in a stronger place. So when I come back to you, I feel like your taste buds start to change. So really pay attention to all of your senses. Now you may thinking that you want to see, but they are connecting to you in the way that you may not fully understand. And they say, look for the butterflies and the number 4. So I know that butterflies are also another way that they connect with you. So that's what I get.
Jeremy, can you put up those links to her meditations and all of her stuff? So I can at least go back and
It's just Transcend with Debbie and just go to Spotify or Amazon. I have a lot of different meditations and podcasts.
You were talking about like connection with loved ones. I think my most memorable moment, of course, coming out of the dream, I did not realize what was going to happen, but I was asleep. My son, who's 15, was an infant in his bassinet. So I was asleep in the living room, and my aunt, yes, she was in the hospital. Yes, we knew she was going to die. We didn't know when though. And I had a dream that sometime I woke up remembering it, and my mom was in the clouds, and she reached down her hand, grabbed my aunt, pulled her onto the clouds, and my aunt and her were dancing. When I woke up, I started crying because my aunt couldn't dance. She physically had one of the worst cases of spina bifida, so she was bound to crutches. So all she ever told me was she wanted to dance.
Yes.
And my mom had been passed for several years, but my mom knew how close me and my aunt were. I got up, took my kids to daycare, went to work. Within 30, 45 minutes of being at work, my father had called me because we took shifts to take care of my aunt in the hospital. But my father called me and told me my aunt had passed away.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So I think that was my mom and her way of telling me it had happened or it was happening, but she was okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I could definitely feel into that for you. And the song that comes to mind for me when you say that story is that I hope you dance. I hope you
Mhm.
dance. You know, so that's you have this intrigued way of wanting to know heaven, and you have this like this thought of how it looks like, and you go into that. So I feel like Spirit is gave you that gift to see what it's
I
like.
knew she was okay.
Yeah,
I
love
took it
that.
hard for me, but not for her. She was
Right.
okay.
Yeah, I could feel all of that. There's so much love around you, also, Eileen. Lots of love. Yeah,
Not about these guys.
yeah. You're just love, girl. You're love.
I
Nick is so
Hear that,
wrong.
Brad? Hear that, Brad?
You're everywhere.
hate the wagging out of this. You know what? Here, I'm actually going to go out and come back in and just want to know if it's going to be better if I just come back in. I'll be
You're
right
not
back.
lagging.
No, you're not
You're
lagging.
not lagging
I'm
now.
not. 'Cause-
Okay, you ready?
Oh, not anymore.
Ready? 1. Okay. 1, 2.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 3.
He's lagging.
Is it good? I told you. I'll be right back.
Poor guy.
That's our new Nick test. 1, 2.
Yeah.
That's Chicago for you.
It didn't used to be like that. It did not used to be like that. For some reason, the last 2 or 3 weeks, it's been really bad.
It's that
Mine too,
Illinois internet.
All right. Okay.
Mine
Is
been
it better
doing the
now?
same thing, so I can't say nothing about that.
Do your test, Eileen.
And I heard what you said. And I heard what you said, Eileen. It's not Illinois.
Now it's worse.
I was waiting for how long it took him to respond. Okay, you ready, Nick? 1,
Yeah.
2.
He's lagging.
3.
Yep, way lagging.
Damn it.
Nick,
I
One more
don't see
time.
it, Nick. I don't see it, Nick. I can hear you.
He's got like
I think they just like
I was
messing with
thinking
you.
one.
I think they're making you go in and out on purpose.
he
got a 10-second delay.
on it. She's giving him the Nick test now.
Causa's got your back.
Well, I'm going to try one more time, and hopefully this will work. So,
Pop goes the Nick. Let's do it.
Let's go.
It's probably from him cleaning his mic. I kept hearing noise. Like it was weird. I was like, I messaged, said, does someone have noise in the background? It was Nick cleaning his mic. I was like, okay.
But I do have my fan on, so and it's like I
No,
say it's
this
a
was
big
like-
old helicopter.
It's but I guess because he was rubbing against the mic, it was making some type of weird noise that in a way kind of sounded like horrible music.
Yeah.
But you know,
The second time he came back, his face was freezing as he was talking too. So
I didn't even see any of that. Isn't that crazy?
he disappears in his background so much you can't tell sometimes.
Right. That's why I don't be doing those backgrounds because then it look like I won't have no hair. Like,
okay,
where am I?
I'm still here, but I'm just going on mute for a minute.
Okay. So
We don't
yeah,
know
it was
what
a
you're
bunch of-
doing.
okay. Is it better?
I'm gonna get-
Those. So you see,
Outside.
David Romero. Those are my grandbabies. That's my husband.
Oh, David.
Hello.
Okay,
Hi,
I first have to
David,
say hello.
welcome.
Hello, husband. Nick, tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready now. I'm just wanting to know, is it better now?
I'm
1,
telling you, it was over my head.
2.
3.
Oh God.
Close enough. We're good. Close enough.
So you
All
can
right,
ask the
fine.
husband. You can ask the husband what he thinks about what I did, Jeremy. That was your question. He's on here. You can
Okay,
ask him.
David. So a serious
Awesome.
question about
I'm from
so
Scotland than Nick
serious
is.
question that I want to ask you, David. How freaked out do you get when Debbie does her stuff?
How do you get freaked out, David? Do you get freaked out? God help me, I let him answer questions.
Are you used to what she does, or is it just another day in the office?
Yeah, David. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I let
Trudy
mine
wants to know
answer
if
when
you
I
ever
have
ate
that
her
delete
angel
button.
food cake.
Oh, Trudy girl.
Oh,
Trudy
jeez.
sent me a care package. She sent me after my mom passed, she sent me angel food cake and a little angel. She sent me like all they know I love to like snack when I'm teaching. Like I'm the girl that's eating the potato chips and like, okay, girl, what's up? Right. And I'm like all up in there. And so she sent me like a little bag of chips and some things. I don't know where he went. David, are you gone? Where did you go? Okay,
There
good.
he is.
When she gets paid. He's so wrong. It's so wrong.
Okay.
Well, there you go. He's not scared.
That's a very honest answer.
Fair enough.
Fair enough, Romero. You're so wrong. So wrong.
So, Jeremy, where am I now?
What's that?
We play a game
Are
of
you-
where am I at my house?
On the front porch
Yeah.
Your claw. Your
because you're smoking a
Closet.
cigarette. I know where you're at.
Nick, I do want to ask you this before you disappear on us again. Have you?
I'm not going anywhere.
Well, when you're done for the day, do you put your computer into sleep mode or do you actually shut it off?
Most of the time I do sleep mode, but there are times that I do shut it down.
Shut it down.
Shut
I
it
don't
down
even shut
because
mine
that
down
might be
either.
why you're lagging so much.
When did you last clear your
Wait, wh-
cache and cookies?
Wait. What? So how come I have to shut it down? I'm so confused right now.
Because that's when it restarts itself. It gives it a chance to rest. Shut it down.
Oh. Yeah, okay. That
You
makes
also, like,
I don't
sense.
shut mine down.
You may need to clear your cache a little
Yeah.
bit.
But you're not in Illinois.
Oh yeah, huh? I'm sorry.
Hey. Easy there. It's Illinois.
So, but I do need to shut mine down for sure. I forget to do that.
So we play this other little game on this show. We go through my husband's drawers to see what kind of snacks he's got.
Oh, right on. That's so cool. And what did he leave you? Because I hear he
Is that
sets you up
Hershey's?
before you come in.
Is that Hershey's?
Yeah, but they're got Pop Rock candy in them. I'm not eating
Oh, I love
Oh,
Pop
what?
Rocks.
Hang on.
Inside
Ooh,
chocolate?
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that
is
existed.
crazy.
Hey, overnight me one.
Yeah, you know.
them. Okay, you can have them all.
Adrian, you know what you should do? You know what you should do,
limited.
Adrian, is you should make your own with gummy bears in them.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Adrian,
Right,
you put
smartass.
yours in gummy bears. You put yours in gummy bears. I'll put mine in Jello shots.
Nice.
See, my gummy bears here in Colorado, though, are not legal gummy bears somewhere else.
Yeah.
Her name on Facebook for me is Gummy Bear. Got her name as Gummy Bear for a reason.
Oh my gosh, how cute. So what's the reason? Is it allowed to be said on here? Do I want to know the reason?
She has the same laws you do.
Okay.
Yeah, in Colorado, weed's legal. I eat gummies.
Oh, okay, right on. I'm a big
my
sissy. I'm a sissy to try anything. Like I'm always. You remember the movie Friday when the diva was in the puka's nest? Like I would be that girl. I'm so open already. I'd be like, oh my god, what's that? Oh my god, what's
And
that?
that's what I was
Like,
gonna
I'm scared.
If you did, with you being so open, as such a sensitive and all, I would think that would actually interfere more than help because you wouldn't know you wouldn't know which one. is
I
real.
don't drink. I don't do. I can't really do it. I don't do anything that is very like stimulating. I guess is the word, right? Chocolate is my caffeine. I should have said that. The stimulants. I did that to myself. Okay, girl.
All right, where's the husband?
Oh, I didn't. Like I can't be on here. Let me go off and come back in. I think I'm
Where's
having
the
some
husband?
internet issues.
Ooh, that fan just got worse. That fan just went.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, I cannot do chocolate. I cannot do alcohol. David. Oh my god.
Welcome to our world.
You
where it
totally
takes-
took me there, girl.
Yeah.
Welcome to the train
To be
wreck.
fair,
we
this
call
really happened.
Supernatural Talk.
Well, to be fair, this happens on almost every show.
Okay, so yeah, I just started doing caffeine with coffee because I was doing a paranormal investigation one night and I was like, oh, this coffee's so good, I can handle it. And the more I started to do like caffeine, I was like, oh, I need more caffeine. So I need to be more mindful with it. But yeah, caffeine is the closest I get to it in chocolate because I just can't.
Hey, Brad, if you're still on, Starbucks.
So is Brad your husband?
Hell no. Hell no.
I just started something.
Last time they thought he was mine.
My bad.
I'm going to Colorado. I'm going to eat her entire bag of guppies now.
Nick, you're so wrong, Nick. Don't entertain that. It didn't happen.
Oh, here we go.
I'm coming to you.
It's getting better.
God help me. Jeremy, what did you invite me into?
Brad's not
Oh,
on.
he knew.
I would try to have a normal show, but that never happens.
Jeremy,
That ever happened.
Jeremy said that he had been following me for almost a year. So Jeremy, you've been like going through my things, like, and so now you have
Stalker.
Yeah,
I was just about to say it, Adrian.
I love that.
I'm a network owner. That's what I gotta do.
Well, I'm grateful for the invite.
Since we're already off the rails, I'm going to ask this. So, what things are you going through of hers, Jeremy?
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
So what did you see after you started to investigate Transcend with Debbie? What drew you to bring me here to be a host on your show? Can you tell I'm the interviewer?
Well, one, you are extremely enthusiastic.
Okay.
That's like top when it comes to what I look for in a show.
Casa.
Yeah.
Look, Jeremy, is this like one of the few shows I'm not going, oh, about 50 minutes into it? Not because anybody's boring, but because I'm so tired from work.
No, it's.
You do that on our shows, though.
There you go.
But I haven't done it
How
tonight
is that?
because she's like, she keeps you
I
going.
put you on so long for that.
It's
What
peach.
is that?
Is
Oh,
it
it's
pineapple
cannabis.
watermelon? It's watermelon.
It's sour gummy juicy fruits, cannabis
Aw.
infused.
Does it help?
It helps you sleep. That's it.
Okay, right on.
I
As long
don't
as it
ever take
helps.
it during the day, ever.
Yeah, I definitely get that. I definitely get that.
I'd
So
be out.
So Jeremy, when you saw that I was enthusiastic, and when you brought me in here, what would you like to see with Transcend with Debbie on your show? What would you like to bring to your network with what I do?
Just do your normal stuff. I don't ask anybody to do anything specific. Just do your show.
Right
The
on.
way that you do it. The
It's
only
so
thing,
cool.
the only thing I ask is that nobody does anything that would embarrass them or embarrass the network or get us kicked off.
Right.
Hello, I'm on the show every week.
Trudy says rocking it with spirit, of course. Yeah, so like I can do readings, live readings, and we can go in and just hook it up. I have my first guest, really amazing soul. My friend David's going to be joining me next week on the 6th. That's going to be my first show with you guys. And he's actually been in Ghost Adventures. He's been trained since he was 8 years old to hold ceremonies, prayers, goes into his tradition of his culture from his lineage of his native background. And so he's going to open up the platform with prayer, protection, ceremony, blessing, and healing. So when we start the show, he's going to bless things of network and open it up for protection and blessings and healing. And you're just going to be able to throw your name in the comments, and he's going to do a ceremony to put your name into that intent. And then we're just going to talk about his journey, the things that he does, amazing stuff, and his paranormal investigation work that he has done. Unearthly Supernatural is who he's part of, and so he'll be with me as my first guest next week.
That's awesome.
Right on. I can't wait. So he's gonna do. I believe we may do the tobacco blessing, the healing, and all of that. So we're gonna come in that way.
So
That's,
do you
that's awesome.
want to?
So that the audience knows when she does her show, it'll be from 7 to 8
Right.
Sunday
Some
night
beef and turkey on your
Yeah.
beef
time,
and turkey.
which is
Just beef.
10 to 11 Eastern. And for those over in the UK, it is 3 to 4 in the morning.
I
Thursday.
know. I told my girls that, like in the UK, girl, it's 3 a.m. So for those who come, God bless your spirit. For those who can't sleep, I'll be here. But you can always go back to the replay, and the replay will be in there. And you can energy is energy, frequency is frequency. The healing is still there.
I'm gonna put you on the spot, Debbie, and
Go for
I
it, girl.
apologize, but I don't.
Get it, girl.
So, just to kind of give people a little bit about your abilities, is there anything that is like hitting you right now? Because I have a feeling that you're dying to say something, but you're holding back. Is there anything that's hitting you right now for anybody in the audience?
We're all
Oh.
open books here. It really is.
For
Yep.
me, I can read any time. I can always go to spirit because that's just we're spirit. So it's a thought to thought connection. So I can do some readings right now. I'm totally down for it. If anybody's open in the comments, just put open and I'll go to them and just say boom, 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 and we can go.
Do
Hey,
me.
Kaza's already got
Just
you.
got
Kaza's
Kaza.
already there.
Kaza.
But Kaza, girl, I already be knowing you, girl. You already know. So they say, watch me.
She takes a
That's your
deep
breed.
breath right before something hits her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that is because there was a gentleman here that kept coming to you, Eileen. I kept wanting to acknowledge Father, Father, Father. So I know that for me, I had that immediately the minute we started. And so there was this like, I'm sorry, either I didn't get to be present, I didn't get
Yeah.
to say goodbye, or I'm sorry that I didn't get to express how much I love you. So it was very difficult at some point to express how he felt. I know this person, as he comes close to me, I have chills that he would have liked to look good. I feel that there was something here with the way he had either some injury with his just his teeth work, like things that he had to go through here. And I just feel like you see this person that feels like this person that's stepping forward. Give me 1 second here. There's a memory of a couch that comes forward, and I'm sitting on this couch, and I feel like either like I'm smoking, and I feel like this is where you go and you have your conversation with spirit. And I have to validate, like I'm sitting on this couch, I'm having a cigarette, I'm having a cup of coffee, and I'm thinking of you. And this is them acknowledging your personal time as you connect with them. I feel as this person comes closer, there's gratitude because you've given them respect and you've also given them gratitude. So you like say, thank you, I'm sorry. And you kind of have your own share of conversations, right? Personal moments. But I also know a dog in spirit comes in as well. So I feel this gentleman is also acknowledging this dog. So I know that this dog in spirit is coming around. I feel like you feel this dog around you. I feel like your wood in your home, like your walls crack, or they make like some unsettling noise when they come closer. So they're making me feel like they laugh at that because it kind of like, who's there? It freaks you out for a second because they're acknowledging the paranormal experience that you feel. Would you understand this?
Mm-hmm.
I also know as I come to you, I feel like that you go in to turn off the light to see, so you test them if they're going to turn the light back on. So it's almost like a game, like I'm going to turn this off, but if you turn it on, let me know you're here. So I feel like you kind of have this like back and forth play. So it's like the fox chasing the tail, like, oh, you're coming, girl, you're coming, right? So I definitely feel that they're acknowledging this. They say, look for the static in the TV. So look for the static in the TV. So if your TV has been making noise, like the snowflakes and all of that, please know that that's also them connecting to you. So this must be your work that you do. So they're saying, we're talking to you, babe. We're talking to you. We're here with you. So if you felt that they're not close, they're definitely close with you. Feathers are very significant as well. So I know that feathers are very significant for you. And I also want to give you either change. I feel like you either have money pockets and you leave them money, or you leave them change. So I have to acknowledge either you giving them money and you leaving change, almost like a gratitude of their presence. So that just gives me now a symbolic symbol of a butterfly. I also know there's something, again, significant about your home. I know that like I want to have my breath at home. I want to be in the presence of my home. I want to be at home, and I just feel like this proudness of your home. It's like this gentleman steps even closer. Granddad, dad's dad. I feel like I want to go to granddad, dad. I feel like this is pride of home. Like I worked on it. I did the yard. I took care of it. It's almost like the land that you're on. You invested your time. You planted your food. You've really given time and space for things to unfold naturally. You're not one to push forward, and you just kind of let everything flow the way it needs to. Everything is okay, so don't worry, they say.
Do you want some validation on some of that?
Okay, my love, whatever you like to do, it's up to you.
So I always like to validate when something pops in, so that not you, but the viewers can see. It's not.
I know. I already know.
It's not this home you're talking about.
Right?
I've got 2 homes.
Okay.
We're renovating my father-in-law's home that passed away January of 2022.
God bless you.
I
And
knew
so
when
it-
she said the walls and you taking care of it, I knew exactly what that was.
We're doing a complete remodel, and I've often asked, would he be okay with this?
Yes.
Because he didn't want us to touch it when he was alive, but I think it was more because he didn't want to spend the money. But I
Yeah.
think he didn't think we could do it.
Right.
And I think when he sees us doing it, I feel that he is okay with it because
Most
he's shocked
definitely.
that we know what we're doing, that we know how to fix things.
Most definitely. I feel a lot of gratitude because you take care not only of their home, but also the family. There's a woman that's being acknowledged as well. I don't know if you know someone by the name of Sylvia, but I have to give you the name Sylvia because that's what's popping in for me. I also hear the name Sandra or Cassandra is also stepping forward for me. And I also feel like they're just holding hands. They're holding space for you to stay strong. So whatever you're going through, please know that Spirit is stepping forward in a way that is to support you, if this makes sense. So
There is a woman in that house, and she's not related to us, but we don't know who she is. We think it's something to do with the land, but many people, Mimi has seen her, my friend Beth and Chrissy have seen her. There's a woman in the house, and we don't know who she is, but we know she's there in the house.
yeah, and if you go to the house, there's actually another side house or something like in the back. It's like what I feel. I don't know if it's like a barn or something that's out there, but I'm seeing like something separate from the home. So I feel like there's a lot of energy in that area. Also, maybe back in the days there used to be a tractor or some way of where they would do the work. So it's just going back to times. If I go to like 1800s, 1900s, I'm going that far back with that energy, with that specific energy that you're speaking of.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to take up everybody's time. So,
All right,
Kaza
let's
says
do.
she's
Everybody
open.
knows my story. Let's do it.
Oh
Oh.
my gosh. Okay, so you want me to go into you? Well,
So, Adrian.
girl. Okay, so it's Adele, right? Am I saying it properly?
What-
So I'm not a
Adrian.
excuse me?
Adrian.
Adrian, thank you.
Adrian.
So it's so weird that I said Adele. So I don't know if you know an Adele, but I had to just say the name Adele because I heard the name Adele. But immediately when I come to you, I'm not a doctor, nor do I diagnose, but I definitely feel that there's been some nauseous around the tummy. I feel a little bit of heartburn or some type of acid reflux that I have to acknowledge. And maybe the gummy bears, girl, maybe the gummy bears. Well, you know, we're gonna put that to the side. So it's like it's so I know that immediately for me, I just see spirit coming behind you. So I know that you're very protective, angelic beings. It was interesting when you were sharing your story. I also felt your loved one stepping forward. As I connect to you, I just feel like you pause. You're very graceful. You're very loving. And you try to take care of everybody because you know that feeling, that empathy you carry. The hand, they show me your hand, so I want to give you auto writing. So if you haven't done the trance of auto writing or creating, I want to give that I want to acknowledge that energy that flows through you. I know that I have granddad, dad's dad is stepping forward, and I feel like I hear you saying, "I wish I would have knew you." It's almost someone that comes in a way that's very almost like I want to go back in the days like when he has a white beard. I feel he had some shaggy eyebrows, like a very silver fox kind of color is the sense I get, is the presentation that he gives me. He's very poised. I know that when he comes in, it's like the railroads go through. So I know that there's railroads. I know that there are travel, there's trains, and I feel like I want to get a suitcase and I want to go into that. I feel like either I was a gentleman that would have worked on the railroads. I'm hearing the name Eddie or Steve, and I know that those are very relevant for you just as well as kids. I want to go into, I wish I would have known my siblings or family members, into this acknowledgement of trusting that things are still unfolding. So you're still in the moment. Maybe 6 months ago, you were learning things, but it's not done. There's still more to come. You'll figure it all out in God's time. Not everybody needs to know your personal business, they say. So a lot of that is just kind of, let's bring it back in. So they're just an honor and respect. Either you just left flowers for a loved one as well in spirit, because I have to say that you left flowers. I know that the month of November is also very significant for you, whether this is a birthday or a celebration. I also want to go back to February and March, where things were maybe shifting for you and you just were like so uncomfortable. And so they're coming in a way to say by August, things are now calming down for you. So the more grounded you stay, the more balanced things will go and the energy will flow where it needs to go. So that was the message that I give you. I give you auto writing, which is the light channeling and trance. So I feel like artist work, creative work is going to be really good for you. So I leave you with Spirit's love, and that's just what comes in, because your family is very private, even though it's very interesting because there's a lot of things that are still unfolding. They're just saying it's private.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Because I am not. I'm like, yep,
Yeah.
I'm an open book, whatever.
So it could be whatever they're trying, whatever's still coming through to unfolding. They want it to be a surprise. It's not done.
Yeah.
And this is the beauty. This is a beautiful example of we don't know everything.
No, we don't.
Yeah. So thank
If
you,
my
ladies.
grandpa, you said, Grandpa, I got
Yeah.
to meet him one time,
Great.
and he gave me $100 to go gambling. I was in my 20s.
Nice.
I couldn't pay my bills, and I'm
Oh,
like, I cannot take your $100.
right.
And Dad said, take it.
Yeah.
He does not give money freely. Take it.
Right. Right.
I took it. I spent $10 and handed him the other 90. I said, no, I can't do this. And he was like,
Oh.
but
This-
that was the last time I saw him.
So when he comes in, it's all about education too. It's like learning. Really, he's someone that wants to be like education, go back to school or go into school, learn. So I want to give you books and knowledge. He makes me feel like maybe he didn't get to have those experiences. And so he really wants to bring that forward for you. Like, really going and studying. It's all about getting the education for the kids and for the family college, whether there's a fund or some type of fund that's supporting for this young boy, that I have to acknowledge that either they're going to be going into some studies or to school, and there's just like right on you go. Like there's a celebration of continuing the education for this young boy. I don't know if the name is Sam, but I'm hearing Sam. Or I don't know what the name, how that resonates with you, but I have to acknowledge this name for you and the young boy. I feel like as they come closer to you, as things unfold, they say breathe through it, like it's gonna be okay. So breathe through it.
Adrian,
Yeah.
breathe? No.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
between work and, hey, I want to go fishing.
Yeah. I can do you want me to go to the audience to see who's still here and see where I can go?
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you guys for just holding space. Thank you for just allowing me to read. Please in the comments let me know who's still here, and that way I can see where I'm guided.
Well, I know Kaza's still here. I know she was
Kaza's
the very
my-
first one immediately.
Let's do Kaza a card because I know her and I know her. So I
don't
would
think you had even finished your sentence when she said open.
Jan's
Right?
here too. Jan's
Hey
like,
Jan, that's what's
Yeah,
up.
Jan.
Okay.
Jan's still here, and so is Sean.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to Kaza and I'm just gonna give her the abundance card. And this is from my fairy deck. So isn't this so cute? It says, may you discover your fairy
Oh,
wings
wow.
inside the sanctuary of your precious heart.
Nice.
So
Chuck.
cute, right?
Get it out.
And so abundance for all of us. There you go. There's the abundance. And so for you, Kaza, prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks you may have in the fairyland and the human land. There is enough abundance for everyone. So I want to give you lots of love, lots of abundance, my love. I love how my husband wants a love card. God help him.
He gets the love card. He gets the love card tonight.
Oh my God! No, he didn't. I'm gonna pull a different card for him, and I'm gonna say, seek advice on that. So Kaza, as I come to you, Kaza, I just feel a gentleman in spirit, which I already know that I have to acknowledge dad. I have to acknowledge your dad. I feel granddad stepping forward, very strong man, very like someone who would go for a walk with a walking stick. And I feel like they're giving you this walking stick, whether you're in this journey. And I just feel like breathe through it. If you're uncomfortable, breathe through it. Keep going. And it's like you're going to be doing some type of walking or some type of hill. Like I see greenery and grass. And so I know that you're going through a journey, whether this is physical or it's spiritual, but I definitely get the sense that you're in a journey. January, you made the intention to make these changes. And so please know, like, I want to give you this healthy body. I want to give you this like energetic body to know that you can keep moving forward. There's something about your knees and the aches and pains. They're aware of that, but let spirit carry you. I want to give you angel wings so they can continue to push you out of your comfort zone. If you've been thinking of lifting weights, girl, go get those weights. So I know, oh, there you go. There's the gym. Because I feel like I want to give you weights. I know that the lungs, strengthening the lungs are going to be very significant and important. So please know that granddad, dad's dad is stepping forward to step you out of the comfort zone. If you have to drive to where you go. I want to give you gas money to get there. I want to give you some money for some like healthy food. So I feel like I want to give you a regimen that's going to help you within that. I feel like back in the days when you're at the bar and they have like those old school I don't know what their cups with the big amazing decor on it. It's like almost like cheers. And so I know granddad would have had a great time, and I just want to give fun back to you, girl. So go have some fun. Granddad is like, cheers to you. We got this. And so I know that I want to leave you with your granddad's love. And I thank you, Kaza, for just letting me hold space. And so I want to go to Jan because I don't know Jan. Or is it Jan? Is it Jill or Jan?
It's Jan.
Jan. Hi, Jan.
Yep,
if I
it's
come
Jan.
to you, I know I have a granddad or dad in spirit that I have to acknowledge. What's really cool about this gentleman is that I'm sitting in a chair. I'm in this like comfy recliner. I know that I like to look, be good, be comfortable. I know that I needed to have a good cushion underneath me. I feel also not only in a recliner, but at some point in a wheelchair because I feel like I was in a wheelchair also. So I know when this gentleman comes forward, it's just like so much respect for you. So much respect for you. And not only that, I just feel like you are very sensitive. You're very open. You get the chills. You get the present. I feel that you smell either a cigar or you smell smoke. So I want to validate the smoke and the cigar. I also, as I believe, what she was talking about, Eileen was talking about the clouds. I also want to give you the clouds. So I feel like you're someone who gazes into the clouds. You're someone who gazes into the sun. And you're also someone who brings in spirit. So I want to bring in that download of energy, of frequency and vibration from spirit from head to toe. So you really do embody that frequency and vibration of the cosmos. If you haven't had your astrology done, I definitely get the sense that you're someone who enjoys astrology or you like to look up birthdays, born dates. I also feel that work is important for you. So I feel like I just want to let you know, like, congratulations. I hope this makes sense for you. Yes and no's and I don't knows would be great. And this way here, I can know that I'm validating with you. I have to acknowledge mom. There's something here in reference to the chest area. So I also have to acknowledge mom as well. I feel this is everything. Thank you. God bless. And I know that I have to acknowledge mom, whether there's a medical procedure that needs to be done. I do know that I'm holding your hand as spirit is supporting you with comfort. So again, walking is going to be very important for mom. I feel like really getting the body to be moved to move the body is going to be very significant and important. It's interesting because a bird just came to my awareness, and I know that Eileen just talked about losing her bird, but a bird just flew in from spirit, and I feel this bird just coming in because I feel like either you went to feed the bird and it was like and you had the seeds and you was like, come here, baby, and I get the sense that either you held this baby on your hand, and I feel like you either cradled it and you pet it in some way, like you would just hold the feathers and you would just give this gentle love, because I feel also too, I know you said parrot, but it's very interesting. There's a yellow color. So I almost want to go to the vibrancy of the yellow within this bird. So Eileen, I don't know if you understand the bird, but I also want to.
No, that's probably for Jan because mine was a ferret.
Okay. Did you have a cockatiel, Jan? Because I'm getting a cockatiel, like the
That's
cockatiel.
me.
That's you.
So that
Okay.
was you.
That's me.
I definitely have a cocktail coming in. So, Jan, I don't know if this is for you as well, but please listen because I know that you mentioned that you lost a bird, but I saw a bird just fall in. And as Nick finds this interesting, a dog in spirit comes to him as well. So I find that you're like, oh, animals. Okay, is my dog here? So also too,
Yeah.
your spirit animal is coming forward. So they just want to acknowledge you as well. So a spirit comes close to the animal kingdom, just comes in and it's like just remembering that comfort. Actually, my grandmother, great grandmother, we raised birds. Beautiful. But only that, if we go to back to Jan and we come back to you, I know that the month of March is very significant, whether this is a birthday or celebration. It's interesting because I want to give you strawberries or strawberry cake with like the white confetti. And I feel like you're a baker and you're just like love to make sure that you push someone's face into the cake. So I know that you also just made sure someone's face ate cake is what I'm seeing. I also know that the confetti is important. So I feel like your home is full of fun, full of laughter. There's something about t-shirts that you wear. I don't know if this is your paranormal stuff, but I feel like there's this black t-shirt and they're acknowledging the work that you do. Like right on, so much support to the work that you do. They show me the shirt black with red writings, red letters on it. So I know that there's red letters on it. And it's almost like you're very protected because you're telling people back off, like, you know, like, so it's like they got your back. I don't know if you like this type of t-shirts, but I had to talk about the t-shirts as well. Yes, March, April birthdays and tons of them. Love that. There is grief in reference to family, and they're just, please know that they're bringing family together again. So wherever there is miscommunication, there is healing and love coming in and awareness to bringing that connection back. So I leave you with Spirit's love. Thank you kindly for just letting me hold space for you for that moment. So
All right. So we also had Trudy who says she's open.
Trudy is always open. Trudy, girl,
Well, that's what she said
girl.
about. She said Kaza's always open. Then Kaza said that sounds
Are they
rude.
battling, bro? Are they battling? Trudy and Kaza, I will see you Saturday, girl. So Trudy, my love, I give you hope. Here's a card of hope, but I also want to read this. It says, hope is always there, even when we can't see it. Optimistic expectations can help change a negative situation to a positive one. So as I go into that, Trudy, I definitely get the sense that your mother in spirit comes forward. I know that your sister's already in spirit from Deborah, because I hear Deborah. I hear the phone call ringing, so I know that either you wanted to pick up the phone and call them, but they tell me you've had this feeling of doing it yesterday. So I know that you also miss them yesterday. They're taking me to a birthday or celebration in July, and they're also taking me to another birthday in November, October. Girl, October, November, December are very relevant for you. I feel like I want to have a good meatloaf and a good potato, like a dish for your dad or for this gentleman. So if you've been looking at foods and textures of changing the foods, I feel like there's this food that's being made. I don't know if you just made it, but I had to talk about meatloaf and the ketchup and the mashed potatoes because that's what I see. I feel like energy coming back. I just want to bring you Father. And for me, when I come to you, Trudy, it's like, and again, I'm not a doctor nor am I diagnosing, but I know that there's this feeling, he loves meatloaf. Okay. There's this like headache. There's this tension headache that I'm getting, or this sense of like uncomfortableness in the chest. So I know that this is like you saying, oh God, am I going to have to go through next? So I feel like there's just like a blanket of protection and comfort to get some sleep. Again, I'm not a doctor nor am I diagnosing, but they want you to rest. So I leave you with your Father's love for just that little moment. I definitely do appreciate you still letting me hold space. And I know that Sean is in here, and I've never read Sean before. So Sean, if I may come to you, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Is he here? Yeah.
Yeah, he's here.
Yeah,
Oh, he's here.
I'm here and I'm
I
open.
was gonna say. He
All
should
right,
be
right
here.
on. I love you,
Yep.
girl.
Oh wait, no,
Okay.
that's not. Okay.
Yeah, no, is he here?
No, he says still here. There he is.
Okay.
Yeah, he's still.
So,
Yep,
Sean,
he
when
just said he's open.
Right on. And Sean, with your energy, immediately, like I'm all this sports guy. Like I want to go play some football. I know that I have a dad or a granddad, like I have to acknowledge. And I feel like maybe you would have had some injuries because you played some sports. And I feel like with you, there's some aches and pains. And again, I'm not a doctor nor am I diagnosing, but I definitely feel some aches in my knees and my arms. And I feel like I just want to remind you of that strength of who you are. So either you've gone through something that has made you where I got to build you up, and I want to get you to that strong sense of like reminding you got this, like if we're going to go back to work or if we're going to go into that like field to go like I feel like you're a fighter. Like I feel like I want to go fight. Like I want to remind you of that strength of who you are. If this makes sense, the strengthening of that heart, the strengthening of that muscle tone within you. When this gentleman comes forward, Rich ran track in high school. Awesome. So I want to remind you of that strength, and that's what Spirit was showing me, like the knees and the aches and the pains, right? But I feel like I wanted to acknowledge a gentleman, but now I feel like I have a woman here also. So I'm going to go to the gentleman who would have either served or would have been in the military. I feel that there are people of like friends that are coming forward also. So if this makes sense, got hit by a car and had pain on my knees. God bless you. I'm so sorry. And I feel like I also have to talk about friends that were in the military. I also have to talk about someone who feels very much like a father. There's like honor, respect comes to you. Lots of respect. I almost feel like you helped save some people with who you are. I feel like you're someone who counseled or people come to you. You're the kind of guy where if I had a problem, I would come talk to you. And I feel like you really held space for someone who was battling depression, or you held space for someone who is battling their emotions. And I get the sense that there's so much respect that comes to you. It's like, I want to give you that flag. My brother was in the Marines. God bless you. And I know that it's like respect. Like I want to give you respect. And there's just this love that comes to you and gratitude. I know I had to acknowledge mom, and I know that I had to acknowledge dad as well. It's like getting back in the car and doing the things that you do the things that you love. Remember me. I feel like there's videos or movies that you're watching as well. So I feel like you go back into the slideshows of your phone and you see your pictures together. So I have to acknowledge this as well because that's what's coming to my awareness. I know the month of 4 in May or 4th of May is something very significant for you, whether this is a birthday or a celebration. I'm going to the number 1906. So I don't know if this is your house address or a home, but the blue house and it's gray is what I'm seeing. So I'm getting the address either 19 or 6. I feel that February is also significant for you, and I feel like time has passed you very quickly. So it's like we got to get you back out there. People need you, and I want to get you back into doing what you love. And so I leave you with Spirit's love because I know we can go on. Look for the color red, look for the color purple, look for the blue skies. I know there's a lot of love that comes to you also. There's like romance, like love, like I want to give you love as well. A blanket of protection comes forward as you heal your heart, and as Spirit comes in, as you work through your grief, Spirit comes in with that blanket of protection of support. And they say, we got you. So I know that there is support coming to you. So I'll leave you with that, and I just thank you all for just letting me hold space.
He said, "This is scary. You're good."
Oh, thank you.
I wish his brother was on tonight.
Oh,
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, where's his brother tonight?
Well, I don't know. I don't keep
Can
on
you
Rick.
hopefully get some rest? Is where his brother is.
I'm sure he said, "Can you
he works at
read
night.
for someone that is not on the live?"
who do you want me to read, girl? Who do you want me to read? Come on, girl. Who are you trying to get me to do?
Brad. Read Brad.
Where's Brad? You guys are now. There's some wrongness with that. When you say read Brad, I don't know. I want to read Brad because you say that was
My husband will not read him into my
Read this
husband.
guy. I'm curious.
who said that? You being nosy? Is that Jeremy?
I even
No,
wonder if he's even still
on
on.
vacation and wants to do
I
all
don't
the
think
time.
he's even
I don't
here.
think he. Yeah, I'm about to say I don't think he's on anymore. But
Who's still here?
That's
Where
what I
you all
just said.
Turns
from?
in and out.
I couldn't tell if Eddie was wanting a reading
Eddie!
or not.
Oh my God! God bless Eddie and Kaza, because it's like 3 in the morning where they are. Daddy
Oh.
is always
yeah, he's
awesome,
still
but I've
here.
been working for 3 hours,
Eddie.
so I have to close my energy. God bless you, Eddie. Much love to you. Let me give you a card, baby boy. Let's see. Celebrate. It's all right. Hey, hey, 2:50 in the a.m. God bless your spirit.
50 a.m.
Yeah, that's Liverpool right there in the house. That's what's
Now,
up.
if I'm up at 2:50 a.m., I better be drunk.
God help us. Please don't even. God help us.
That's-
Please don't even
that's-
say that because that'll happen with Eddie. I don't know if drunk, but I don't know about it. I'm just kidding. Tap, tap, take that back.
So Eileen, that's how That's how you're always 24 then.
Me? Oh, you? Okay.
You're 24 with me.
Eileen.
Once you said grandma,
Eileen.
you 24 too.
I'm 24 too, girl. No, to be very honest, I'm 47 years old. I'm 47. I ain't gonna lie. I'm 47.
I ain't lying either. I'm 24. What makes you think I'm lying?
She's so cute. I love you. And my oldest is 30, so I started my life very young.
My oldest is 27. I had him before I was
That's my
born.
age.
Are you
I'm
30,
30
Nick?
as well.
No way. And you were on
Yes, I am.
SPTV
I
at
know
what
I don't
age?
look like that.
You're 30.
27.
Wow. You could be my son, Nick.
See, my son's 27. I had
I
him
get
before
that
I
a
was
lot.
born.
What was that?
I said, who, me or Nick?
You, babe.
I said, my oldest son's 27. I had him before I was born.
Oh,
Bless
see,
your
me
heart.
too.
27.
Me too.
Whatever.
God bless.
Yeah, that was when I was. Yeah, I was saying when I was. To answer your question about being a guest on SB TV, that was when I was 27. So.
Right on. I'll be working tomorrow at 10 o'clock. So I'll be doing free
147.
readings at 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on SPTV.
Yeah, we have less than 10
Awesome.
minutes on the show. Nick, are you open for a reading?
Go, Nick.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Go, Nick.
Go, Nick.
I'm fine for a reading. Let's
Shake
do
your
it.
booty, Nick.
I feel him scared. He's like, I feel you nervous a little bit. Like, I don't know what you're going to say.
Yeah, 'cause I was gonna say, 'cause you already read for Eileen and Adrian.
I mean, I will admit, I do kind of.
I do feel you nervous. You see how quick that happens? It was like, boom, I already hit
That's
your
what
energy.
happens when you're 13, when you're 10 years old. He gets nervous.
You know,
when he's 10.
to be very honest, Nick, I just feel yours is more psychic. I feel like you're really looking in direction with work. I don't know if you're producing or you're wanting to do production, but I want to give you a camera. I want to put you behind the scene. I want to get you into a place where you can start doing more hands-on, whether you're in paranormal or you're actually recording things. That is where I want to focus with you on. I definitely get the sense that spirit is pushing you because you're a little nervous to step into some things. And I just don't be afraid of the energy. It's like, if you feel it's heavy or you feel it's dark, don't be afraid to step into it. Keep going in your power. You're like, you are light. Nothing's going to hurt you. You are light. Remember that. I feel that you work with Michael Archangel very strongly. And I feel like anything that you feel that is heavy is behind you. I feel that you've done a lot of inner work and inner child work. So I feel like you're ready to step back in. If something scared you, don't let it go back. Does this make sense with you, Nick?
Yes, it does. It really does.
And so if I want to take away that fear, let's take away that fear. I feel the Blessed Virgin Mary stepping forward, which is someone that either your mother, either you have a Catholic background or a family with a Catholic background, because they're blessing you and putting you in blue and white. And I feel like I want to give you the rosary in honor of love and spirit. I feel like this is also through we go through life lessons as experiences so that we can know how to handle it with empathy for the next time. So you have gone through some things that has allowed you to be in a place to have empathy, not only for self, but for others. So please know whatever you find yourself doing, whether this is, I feel that you made some very big changes in your life, whether this is habit, whatever, you made some amazing changes. And I just want to support you and keep going into that journey, if that makes sense for you. So I just get the sense that your grandfather is also stepping in and is very proud of you. He is so grateful because I feel like not only was he your grandfather, he feels very much like a father. So I know that he's very grateful and honored to have you in his space. I feel like there's something either you didn't get to be there or that someone did not get to be present for some whether this is service. I feel like either you're away for school or you were there was an unavailability there, and they're very much aware of this. Let that go. Let that go. Whatever your grief, whatever that heartache, spirit is stepping forward in a way and honoring you of how grown and how much you've experienced, whether you're going to travel and like the mindset that you have, you're ready to take off, embrace that goodness, okay? Because they're super proud to be by your side when you walk into that next step and journey of self. So I'll leave you with that.
Absolutely. And you brought up You brought up a great. It really took me back. Actually, was when you brought up my grandfather, because I was very close to him, and
Yes.
he was. I actually took care of him before he passed away. He passed away 10 years ago. He was in his he was in his mid-90s, but he and I were very close. So it makes a whole lot of sense for that matter.
Right. Right. And Sean, I was getting that too, Sean, with exactly what you just said as well, Sean. So God bless you. I'm so glad he stepped forward for you. He's actually kind of funny. He has this laugh, like you know how you have a laugh, but he has that. There's the doggy that comes in and he just kind of goes like that. I feel your grandfather has that
Yeah,
giggle.
he
Like
kind of did do something like that.
he was like,
Yeah, he kind of had that. Yeah.
and so I know, like when he comes really close, I feel like I'm going into this like brown table. I sit at the end of the table. I have a cup of coffee at that table, and I feel like you would have your little cereal or whatever. And I feel like you had your music going, so you were like, as you are now with the little T-shirt going. But I feel like you had some rock and roll band music playing while he was eating. He was like, "Son, did you just turn it down just a minute?" Like I feel like he would come at you, and I feel like you would do your math or your music, and your dog comes in, and I feel like this was your little buddy. You're like, "Hey babe, how are you?" So like this memory of this home that comes forward. I also know like 140, either this is a significant number for you as well. I don't know if this is an address or like I feel like this is a home that you would visit, because I feel like I'm going to an apartment as well. So I feel like I have to acknowledge the number 140 going up the stairs, and I feel like there's a little building down below and I'm going upstairs. You have your groceries, and so he's definitely acknowledging you in the moment of now. You got it together,
Definitely
bro.
sounds
He
like
said.
him. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that sounds like him.
Yay. So thank you guys for just letting me read. Thank you for letting me disturb your show today and having me as a guest. It's been fun. Unexpected things have been said from on my end. I was like, oh my God, I just did that. So thank you for taking me out of my comfort zone.
Welcome to our world.
Yeah. I don't know, guys.
You should get us see us all in the same room together, like in person all together. Yes.
Well, we would have if somebody would have showed up when they were supposed to last month. Or earlier this month, I guess.
Yeah.
Dang you, Nick. What did you miss? Dang you, Nick.
Do you guys
how was I?
Do what?
Do you guys get together for like paranormal events, or do you do like pop-ups
We try.
together? Cool.
We try
Okay.
to.
But earlier this month, Jeremy, Nick, and I she didn't get to go.
No, you didn't make it, babe?
No, it was too far for me.
I'm so sorry.
We try to get her to come up.
It's hard to travel, and it's hard, especially when they're at a distance. There's like, you got to do like a full-on fundraiser just to get you to where you want to go. It's like you got to ask Spirit, come on, Spirit, help a girl out.
I'm
Let
in
me get
football season, and my
Oh,
son
see?
plays on.
There
My
you
son
go.
plays on varsity and junior varsity. So I got Monday night and Friday night games and Tuesday night darts. So I'm
Right.
like, okay.
And you got graduation, and then you got senior pictures for the junior who's ready to step into senior.
No, he
So, yeah.
plays for junior varsity football.
Oh.
He's a sophomore, but yeah.
Oh,
So he
okay. So
plays-
he's a sophomore. Okay,
He
right
plays
on.
2 games a week, and
Yeah.
then he's got to be at school at 5 a.m. for football practice.
Oh, wow.
And it seems like I can't stay off the road.
You go everywhere, huh?
Seems like it.
Me too. I do the same thing. I go on a lot of different trips.
That was
Wow.
me in 2021. I was everywhere in 2021, but 2023 is like, nope.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Yeah,
next year
I've
is your year. Guess what,
Yeah.
Eileen? Next year is your year because it ends with the 24.
It does. It's the year. It's my
And
age.
we're booking the Abbey again next year, so your ass can come down here, up here.
Sean,
whatever it is.
I'm ignoring that. Sean's got a question. One question: we lost our pet dog a few years ago. I feel she's around still. We buried her in the backyard. Sometimes our dogs now bark for no reason. Is that her or maybe someone else?
So first thing is, there's 2 different things happening. So spirit one, dogs, animals, spirit animals are always around. Anything of life is around, right? If you believe, right? And so animals can come in I find that animals come in for upliftment, especially when we're sad or we're going through something very personal, a lot of spirit animals come in to uplift us. Not only do souls that we love, but also the animals have a different type of vibration that comes in, just also side by side, just a spirit. I know that, Sean, as you say this, I feel like your dog couldn't get on the bed. So as you say this, I feel like your bed is very high. I feel like the dog was just like trying to go up. I get the sense, I don't know why, but I feel like this was like one of those long dogs that are white with like the brown spots and has the long ears. But this is what I'm seeing. To me, I want to go half Jack Russell another dog and say I need to learn this about the animals of what they look like, right? But I definitely get the sense that either your bed is really high and I can't get up it. They're showing me the comforter either green, so I know that this is something that either your bed is green and there's something. And parents are are my parents together after life. Spirit is always where spirit is everywhere, so we're all together. So I feel like we're all in the oneness, right? So spirit is all together. I definitely, my belief, and this is where's your belief system at? We're all walking as one. So that is my belief system. So I hope that, and that's going back to also Sean's question, because if you asked, is a dog barking because of somebody else, right? If I go to your dog specifically first, Sean, I wanted to say there was someone that was trying to step in, and then I got taken to Sharita's comment. But I feel where you live, they show me like a side yard, right? Left side, you have bushes, and I feel like the neighbors out there. So I feel like your dog barks at the neighbors. And I feel like either there's a lemon tree or some sort, or they're cutting out their bushes down. And I feel like just when the gardener's going, that your dog is a dog that barks and just kind of it's got your back, right? So that's what I was getting when the dog barks. But I also wanted to go to a soul. If you're asking if someone is being present, there is a gentleman that is definitely present. But I also, there's a respect because you have rules. I definitely feel you can jump off the bed and hide white and brown spots. Yeah, see, I love that. So I also know, Sean, that there's a gentleman that is there, but I also feel that you have boundaries and you've set rules, and so the spirit is respectful. And so there's like a sliding door that has like a cement and you have your names out there or whatever. I feel like this gentleman is just pause for you. So
I was actually going to comment that before he commented, I was like, I almost said, holy shit, Sean cussed.
So you've seen this show for how long now? There's a lot of cussing on here.
No, he doesn't though.
Yes. I don't cuss. I try not to. I try to stay as respectful as I can. The other day I was all terrified because I was like, you're chingona. And I was like, that means badass, like you're badass. So I was like, oh my God, I just said that.
It happens. It's going to happen.
I know. 5, 6, 7 Hail Marys. Thank you, Eddie.
Hail Marys.
I have my rosary right here, and I promise. God knows. The gentleman. Okay, so this gentleman doesn't have very much hair on the top, feels very much like a father. I feel that he's very poised. I get the sense that he has some really small eyes. I get the sense that he has like a blonde. At some point, maybe they're like a blonde kind of, I feel dad. I feel like blonde, sandy kind of eyebrows. I feel like his hair is really combed. He's really gentle. He's got small, like high cheekbones. I get the sense that he wasn't a big guy, maybe tall, some height. I'm only 5 feet, so I know that he was kind of very tall. I feel that he's just someone that looks out for you. I feel like maybe there's this quietness about him. It's almost like maybe the relationship, communication-wise, there wasn't a lot of communication between this gentleman and you. And so I feel like it's like, I want to express my words. I just want to let you know I'm here. I just want to let you know that I have your back. I feel like there is some relationship. I want to go back to like either I saw you playing sports and you may not have thought that he was there, but he was very present in some way in your life. So I feel like this gentleman is someone who watched you grow. And I feel like this person is just like holding space and just in gratitude. And he's also respecting your space. So if you want to work with him, invite him to come in closer. Yeah, your dad, babe. So he's very present.
Okay. Well, so far you have done all 3 of my teammates. So if you
haven't done Jeremy,
I know.
I just realized we haven't done Jeremy's yet. So Jeremy,
then after that we'll
gotta do Jeremy's.
God bless everybody. Let's just send some
look at
hearts
this
to
with
Sean.
Thomas.
Let's send him some love.
Mwah.
Let's send him lots of space here, a healing space from spirit. And we just invite the angelic angels to just hold his hand and to give him comfort as he just is sitting still in that moment of presence. Because I feel like a dog in spirit also comes and just gives you comfort as well, as you remember sitting on your cushion. I feel like you have one side up with a recliner and you are sitting in a brown kind of a couch. And I feel like there's a little side end table and you put your drink down. And I hear you saying, oh my God, how'd she know this? So definitely know that spirit is there with you at this moment. So I leave you with spirit's love. I just want to go to Jeremy really quickly here. And Jeremy, I just feel like, Jeremy, I want to give you your voice. I feel like you have so much to share. And I feel like you hold back because you don't want to offend people. So when I come to you, Jeremy, I definitely feel like I just want to give you strength to express yourself. Because even though you're looking like, they look at you like a bear, you're really a soft-spoken, kind-hearted person. I feel like people misunderstood you at some point in your journey. So I definitely want to give you that communication of to be heard and to be understood. I want to go to a gentleman in spirit as well, which feels very much like a father, because I feel like you try to communicate to him or you try to express yourself, but I feel like they didn't understand you, and for that I'm sorry. But I feel like he's saying, I see you now, son. I see you now, son. And I feel like this feeling of coming in, it was like it was my time to go. And so it was like I wish I could have done more, and it was this feeling of like frustration, and I wanted to do more, and they know that. A lot of paperwork, a lot of signatures. You had to make some quick decisions, and for that, they're truly sorry. I definitely feel I would have needed some oxygen at some point in my journey with this person, and I know that there was a breathing issue here that comes in, whether this was an operation or whether this was in the hospital, but that this is a sense that they give me. I know when he steps forward, a blanket of protection comes forward so that you can find your voice to express this and to go into this more deeply, because they say, you are my sunshine. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. So I let the sun come in as God's spirit holds you by the hand of God to uplift you from any worries or doubts that you may carry. And so I know that spirit is just very proud because you had a goal. And this wasn't not just this goal of what you're doing. 15 years ago, you had a plan to make changes into this world. And I want to remind you of those goals that you had, and so that you can implement them and start them. And whether you start them in September or November, it doesn't matter. Take your steps forward as you move forward into your truth. And so I leave you with spirit's love.
Okay, that kind of sent chills down my spine. So the whole thing about 15 years ago, it's just a little bit more than 15 years ago, I had started writing a novel. And I got away from that for a long, long time. And then in September last year, I started writing again.
Perfect.
And since then, I have completed 3 novels and about 15 short stories.
Wow. Congratulations. Keep going. Find that voice and write it out.
And I do have tons to say. Beast Week can tell you that. I have so much to say, and I am just writing like crazy every single day, no break. And then I
I've
am
seen
soft
it.
spoken, but there are times where it gets to the point it's like, you know what? I don't care if I offend you.
Yeah.
It does get to that point.
Right.
And the whole thing about operation and having a hard time breathing, he's still alive actually, and it's my dad. He's actually had to have 2 surgeries last year. One of them was to have a pacemaker put in,
Oh,
and
God
he was
bless you.
having an extremely hard time breathing. But that's all good now.
Right.
But
So if
I
I go,
for sure was going to lose him that day.
God bless you.
I
And
think
so
we'd
that
all
he,
have a hard time if we lost your dad. We all talk to him. We're all close to him.
Yeah.
oh,
Let's see
Sean,
here.
God bless you.
Yeah, she's hit a few things that on all of us that not many people knew about. Like
And
as soon as you mentioned Nick's
Real
grandfather, I
deal.
knew. Hey,
Yeah, I
yeah.
do too.
Sean, I had to resend you a friend's request because of my new account, but I sent you a private message too. For some reason, I think you need to reach out to your brother
Mm-hmm.
for you.
Sean,
Yeah.
that's no disrespect to anybody. We all know this.
Thank you for the compliment. God bless you guys. Just letting me come in and hold space for spirit and just honoring what comes through.
Well, you're brought in. Everybody's brought in for a reason,
Right.
and I will find your stuff.
Yeah.
I
So,
dare say you proved yourself to a few people tonight.
thank you. Well,
You
She's
know,
like,
it's-
I don't have to
I
prove
noticed.
anything.
yeah. You're feeling the vibe, right, girl?
Well, here's the thing. Eileen, I just saw your cat that just walked in. I was gonna say, oh great, I guess Debbie's now gonna have to do a reading with the cat now.
I saw your little comment about the kitty.
She jumped on my computer. I thought she was about to shut it down.
Right.
On another thing we like to do on this show, when we can, we try to put the focus on them when they do show up, because it doesn't happen all the time, but they do make appearances quite a bit. Eileen's
The kitty
cat,
cats.
Adrian's dogs. So whenever
you're-
they show up, we try to bring them up on the screen.
So your kitty cat loves
I try
you,
to bring my cat
you
on.
know. Do you? I'm so allergic to cats. Did you not
Yeah.
remember? Yeah.
Your cat don't like you.
I love kitties, but my face and just
See,
Does
I
not.
joke. She's not an emotional support nor a service animal, but my husband's terminal, so she gets on his chest at night. It's almost like, and it's a proven fact, the purring calms down heart patients.
right.
And so, but she has seizures, so the other cats alert us when she gets ready to have a seizure. So it's like, if she was an emotional support or a service animal, I would need a service animal for my service animal.
Right. It's really hard when you have animals that
Wow.
have that kind of sensitivity, right? But cats are very psychic. The energy is very psychic because they're not grounded, because they can bounce and they can go around. Dogs are very grounded because they're walking on floors and they're filling into the earth. Cats are more in that psychic vibration because they can go boop, 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 boop. So their energy is very hyped up. And so with your kitty cat, it's like, I feel like when you put your arm like that, I feel like she goes right behind you and just kind of goes right behind your neck and just kind of like kind of go.
You'll see her, like, if you ever watched enough
Yeah.
of the shows, you'll see her like all up in here.
That's what I see.
But the
that's what
other
I was-
two, they're anywhere else. Who knows where those two are? I've got 3 cats, 3 lizards. Well, now I've got 3 cats, 3 lizards, and a dog.
Oh gosh, girl. Yeah, see? I have the 2 dogs and they are all up on me. Have you guys ever gone into meditation or trance and they just like wake you up from it? Like, come on, get out. Like, come out of your
Look, I
meditation.
got 4 kids and all these animals. What is a meditation?
Oh, you know what? It's just saying, God help me today. And that's it, girl. Spirit.
That's when you
God.
go to the bar. My meditation is going to the bar and have an alcoholic beverage.
Yeah.
But no, my kids are, most of them are grown, and I got a grandbaby too.
Well,
Oh.
wait, doesn't
get
it
it,
also
girl.
include throwing darts too, Eileen?
Do what?
To include
Doesn't
throwing
that also
darts.
include throwing darts too?
Yeah. Drinking, sharp objects. What could go wrong?
Trudy says
lot
that's a
of
definite
things.
type of meditation right there, girl. That's a meditation. Trudy girl. So
Getting drunk and throwing
yeah,
sharp objects like no tomorrow.
these guys are awesome. Did anyone else have any other questions while you have me in here? Like, did you have any other like you want?
Yeah, so for those in the audience, if you have any questions, final call, because we're actually
Last, hey Jeremiah, what up, dog? What
Jeremiah.
up? Jeremiah.
wrapping up the show here in the next few minutes. So if anybody does have any last final questions,
Yeah. If
now
not,
or
catch
forever,
me on
hold your
Wednesday.
peace.
Time to read Jeremiah. Oh, girl.
Time to
Are
read
you-
Jeremiah.
Oh my God. Sup? What up? What up, dog? Do you have any questions?
If you want to go ahead and give him a reading,
Go for it. Of course you were
we
going to say
will,
go for
and
it.
we will close the show right after.
Okay. So why don't we, okay, well, I was going to say, let's do a collective read for all of us. So I'll do Jeremiah and then I'll do a collective read where we all kind of just pull a card and just see what comes through. So then we can close it in that way. So Jeremiah, I know Jeremiah on a personal level. He was like my old neighbor, old friend. I know things about him, so it's kind of like I already kind of know him, but I don't know everything that he's going through in life. But I can say this: your dad comes in immediately, and I hear you say, "What up, pops?" So you always say, "What up, pops?" And I know that either you were thinking of boxing or going into some type of fighting, because I want to go into like fighting mode. Like I want to go like train, because this is what he's showing me. So he's showing me like fight, fight, fight. It's the sense I get. I feel like either you're trying to strengthen your lungs, and I feel like you're trying to strengthen your body. So I feel like if you've been thinking of buying that punching bag, like I want to give you that punching bag, because that's what I see immediately to my awareness. I know that, yes, there you go. Perfect. Okay. And I feel like also TV, like either you were watching John Wayne or you were watching Cowboys or Indians, and I feel like this is like something your dad would do. And he tells me that he would sit on a recliner and his cigarette was almost burning, and you were scared that his cigarette will fall and cause a fire. So I know like there was either some reminder of the burns or the cigarettes that you can still continue to smell, because that's what comes to my awareness. He shows me a sliding door where this is at your mom's house, and I feel like either there's an acknowledging mom. I'm not a doctor nor am I diagnosing, but spirit is very much aware of the situation with mom, and they're just showing support and kindness for her. I definitely get the sense that there's a blanket that you hold on to that reminds you of some. I feel like your mom or someone here. I have to acknowledge this blanket that I feel like this is grandma. I feel like I want to go to grandma, and this is new for me because I have never seen this before. But I feel like there's this blanket that I have to acknowledge. It's giving you kind of like that peace, that comfort. It's almost like I want to go back to when you were a little boy, and like I would have had this blanket with me. Like I was holding on to this blanket or this little. Like I have to talk about you being a young boy, if this makes sense. It's very interesting because I see a picture of you that either you just saw a picture of you and you're wearing your pajamas and you have the little zipper up, and I feel like there's blue, and I have the Cookie Monster. So I feel like, yes, okay, perfect. Wow. Okay, so I know that also you just saw a picture of you in a pajama with Cookie Monster on it in blue, but it's zipper. So dad is acknowledging that you found some old pictures, and they're so proud of that. So please know that your father is very much present. And please know, oh my God, you're on, girl. I know, right? Spirit's on fire. It's just everybody that's in here. They're holding space. All of you are holding space. And so please know that dad is just saying, keep fighting, keep going. And I leave you with your dad's love. Thank you. Yeah. So, you guys, good. Let's go into a collective message. Are we okay with that? I'll pull a card for all of us. So, Spirit, this is a collective message as we close the evening. I give gratitude for each and every one of you for allowing me to hold space for Spirit, and for all of you just welcoming me as a guest on your show. I thank you so kindly. I allow Spirit to come in a way that's beautiful, and let's celebrate. So celebrate. Where did you forget to have joy? When was the last time that you did something for yourself that brought fun? Remind yourself that you also matter. Let's bring the energy back to self and just say what makes you happy, makes you feel that fire. Remember what makes you laugh. Take away the grief that you've been holding on to. Allow that grief to push through into the energy, into that soil as it dissolves into that beautiful white light of Spirit. Give yourself an opportunity to step forward with the love and with the light and the laughter. I bring you the sun and I bring you joy of Spirit. And I just thank you for just letting me hold space for all of you today.
And speaking
Thank
of
you.
celebration,
Yeah.
we have a celebration coming up in 2 months.
Okay.
It will be the 2-year anniversary of the Things Network.
Congratulations.
So in
You
8
get to be
short
part
weeks,
of that.
All right.
in 8 short weeks, on a special edition of the 13th Dimension, we are going to have a celebration for the network.
Congratulations, Jeremy, and all of you.
It seems like it's been a lot longer than 2 years, dude.
It doesn't even seem like
I
it's
know.
been 2 years to me. I mean, I remember when, I mean,
Well,
we were all
we've
there.
all
But
been together for longer than 2 years. It's just that
Yeah.
for 2 years, it's been on the Things Network.
We've watched divorces, marriages, kids go away, all kinds of stuff, grandkids born.
That's hard.
Everything.
That's hard.
We've been through everything together, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
Folks, don't forget, starting next Wednesday, Debbie starts doing her show on the network,
Yay.
7 to 8 Pacific time, 10 to 11 Eastern, and 3 to 4 UK Thursday morning. Oh, boy.
Right. God help us from my UK familia. But
Why do
it's
you
going to.
forget Mountain Time?
Mountain time. So that's 8.
Yeah,
What is it, an hour
where's-
ahead of us?
With El Central Time.
Okay, you're 9. Kaza will be there. Oh, God help you, Kaza, from my Scotland girls. So, yeah, come with an open heart, an open mind, open spirit as we welcome that ceremony, healing, blessing of protection as we open the new platform in honor of Transcend with Debbie and Themes Network. So, you guys all come, put your name in the comments as my friend David, who we call Hero, will hold space for spirit. So
I can't wait to see
seeing
that.
It's going to be so cool. He's awesome.
Me too.
Phenomenal work. Yes, thank you guys. It's an honor to meet you all. I was a little nervous,
Me
but
too.
I'm so glad that we got to meet today.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's a reason for everything.
Thank you so much.
And in addition to Transcending with Debbie, we have 2 other shows that are going to be starting up with us in the next
Right
week. The first one is called Paranormal Happy Hour.
Nice.
And
Oh, I'm in.
I knew you 2 would like that. That will be on Friday from 7 to 8 Eastern. But this week, due to a scheduling conflict, they had to move the show to Sunday night. So they're going to be doing their first show with us on Sunday night, which luckily pretty much everybody on that night is on hiatus. And then on Sunday afternoon, this is the one we are really excited for because we have our first Asian show on the network.
I saw
It's called
that.
Horror Fiction Live, and it is hosted by 2 people from Bangladesh. So we are
Wow.
really excited about having them on with us.
Wow.
They actually want me to
It's
come
gonna
back
be
on their
interesting.
show to read another scary. They want me to come on for me to read another scary story to them, but I told them that I would probably have to come by in the later second half of the show because I got to work. So I'll be there later. So I'm
Damn
he and
that work.
I became really. What's that?
Damn that work.
Wait, what? Yeah, I know, right?
Nothing, Mr. Innocent.
I hate it too.
Nothing.
And Nicholas keeps lagging on.
Wow. Wow.
God damn it! Sure.
Take your butt to
Wow.
bed, please, chick.
And next week on Super Bam!
These Scottish
next
people.
Our special guest next week is Greg Bakken,
Good.
who is the host of Ghostbox Radio 5 nights a week. In fact, his show will be coming on in about 40 minutes. And we've had Greg on the show before. I think on this show, I know we've had him on 13th Dimension for that 6-hour fiasco, which we won't talk about.
We had him on.
No, that was supernatural talk. I wasn't 13th dimension. That was
That's what I said.
supernatural talk.
Was
Well, I
it
thought you said
The
that was on
13 hour
13th
thing?
dimension. No,
the 6-hour?
no.
For the
No.
I don't know. I fell
The
asleep
6 hour
about 8 hours
one was
into
here
it.
on supernatural talk.
This
No.
old lady's going to bed long before 6 hours.
I'm about to say, no, I think ours went from until like midnight one time.
So you all may have. This woman didn't.
You were there, I think. And you were there, and you were there. Okay.
Wait, what were you
I
saying,
was dreaming
Cheerleader?
about it. It's
Like you
okay.
said about the.
So anyway, Greg will be on the show next week. And
Awesome.
we're going to be talking about Ghostbox Radio because I definitely want to know how things are going for him now that instead of doing 1 night a week, he's doing 5 nights a week, which is a really big deal for him, especially since he's on an actual radio station.
Night, cousin.
So,
Definitely
anyway,
going to be one hell of a show. I know that. And I know he's going to have fun with us.
it's going to be one hell of a 2-hour show, Nick.
Kelsey,
Wow.
2 hours.
Two.
we stopped there. 2.
Two.
Yeah.
Two.
One,
Not 6
hours,
and a half hours, just 2.
Shut. How's that? Probably won't happen, but it is going to happen because then he'll have to do his show an hour after ours. So. So anyway, for those out there in the audience, thank you so much for playing along.
Thank
We've
you.
had a very active audience tonight.
Nice. Thank you.
And Debbie, thank you so much for being on the show tonight.
It's an honor. Thank you, all of you. So much love. We'll see you guys
It's a pleasure
next
meeting
week.
you.
Very nice to meet you, Nick. Very nice to meet you, ladies. And Jeremy, thank you for having me now as a new host on Dudes Network.
Absolutely.
Yay!
Welcome to the family.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. It's an honor.
Yep.
Thank you. I'm excited.
So until next week, guys, thank you so much. We'll see you.
Bye.
Take care.